And we're live. We're back. Yeah.
I was looking for myself on the camera because I know I look old.
No,
it's just not going to go the way I want.
You got your good side. You got your good side.
I got my bad side.
This is her best side. The side that you're seeing right now is like her favorite side.
My best side is my inside because my heart's so big.
Gross. That's so gross. I didn't think that's where you were going with that, by the way. You're going to be like, because my rectum's so soft.
No, because I got a big heart.
I got a satin rectum. That is like when you see like satin cloth, you know, like where they like lay like the pearl of Venusia or whatever.
Yeah.
It's always on this pink satin cloth. And I'm like,
You're trying to make it look like a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what like pussy walls look like.
Just like, that's what pussy walls look like.
That's not how we wanted to start. But anyways, it's your best side. Everybody gets to see your best side, which I think is nice.
I look like my grandfather. That's it. I've just been so
You should see this
out.
side that I'm looking at.
You should see what I'm looking at, lady.
Jowls.
Dude, I know.
You don't have to.
Literally, just keep being like, I look like a bulldog because this is what I do. I get stressed out about something completely different. Like I'm stressed out about my apartment and like work and all that shit. And then I just make it into something about my body. And I'm like, oh, I need to get a nose job. Like I immediately, because it's an easier fix.
I get that.
Yeah, I'm immediately like, I have jowls, and they're like, no, bitch, you just don't like your day job.
Right, right. You need to quit. You need like a vocational therapist. But you're like, what if I just like whiten my teeth?
Yeah, 100%. I'm like,
my girlfriend's cheating on me. I might have to go whiten my teeth. I feel off.
There was a point that my doctor in New York, when I first moved into the city, must have like. They have to think I'm insane because I was in like an abusive relationship. But instead of being like, I should break up with this guy, I just kept going to the doctor and being like, my tummy feels off. Or I'd be like, I think my sleep is off. Or do you think we could move this tooth over? And they'd be like, you're here literally like every other week. Like, what is actually fucking going on?
They think you're being a hypochondriac, but really it's just because he hits you in the solar plexus every morning before he goes to his fucking gambling job or whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah. Not even
wop.
that one. Yeah, the other
Jew
one was...
wop.
Not even that one. Before that, I just had a guy that was like half Irish and half white trash. That was just bad mix. They're never...
What was his name?
That one was named Ryan.
That was Brian.
Ryan.
Okay. Ryan.
Yeah, which I've had like 5 bad Ryans. No more Ryans for me.
Yeah, don't do Ryans.
No more Ryans.
Yeah, you always have like gross stuff in your life. I feel like I do. I've got. We went.
You always have gross stuff in your life.
You do. I talked to you like you were fucking off the map for like 2 weeks in a row, and she was actively just waging war against cockroaches.
The worst.
Which, by the way, here's what's funny about this is I was with you in New York, and we went to go view that apartment, and there was this fucking redheaded pregnant bitch covered in freckles. I don't know why that's relevant, but just imagine that. This fucking
the freckles are lies.
Super pregnant bitch.
Yeah.
And Gina specifically asked her, she goes, hey, this is a 1st-story apartment. I just really want to know before I like commit to this. Are there, like, do you have any issues with bugs? Have bugs been an issue at all? And this lady just pauses and would not give an answer. Like, she was silent
like,
for
what do you mean?
Yeah, a full 20 seconds. She's like...
She goes, sometimes...
once in a while. And you're like, okay, but could you ballpark it for me? Like, how often do you see a cockroach? And she was like, I don't know how to answer that. Like,
I was like, so once a month?
Once in a blue moon. She goes, maybe, if that. So Gina moved, and we thought we're like, oh, she just has like pregnant brain. Like she's all brain foggy.
Yeah, we're like, oh, she was just acting not human.
Yeah,
like,
she thinks we're asking her to do bug math. And we're like, all right.
We also, like, it was such a weird situation because I had already seen the apartment. And then I was like, all right, I want to see it again because I'm losing sleep over the fact that there might be bugs because it has a backyard. I was like, there might be, specifically, I hate cockroaches. So it was a weird thing to do to go back to the apartment and view it again only when somebody that already lives there was there.
Yeah,
to specifically ask. And then your dumb ass is like working out bits with the
I wasn't working out bits. What did I ask her?
I don't know. You were just like trying to like snap.
I was being very charming and everybody appreciated it.
And it was in New York City where we're in somebody's apartment that like they don't want a stranger in there.
Can I tell you
like,
what? Here's what I know is happening. She's sitting there. She's pregnant. Her husband to be is nowhere near. You're there, your weird Ukrainian realtor's there. And I know that pregnant people get what? They get horny. So then I show up and she's frothing at the mouth. And I didn't want her to feel like I didn't see her.
Yeah.
I wanted to let her know I see you.
You just wanted to make a pregnant bitch giggle and go into
Yeah, I
labor
did.
earlier. You
But
just want some drama.
I regret all of that now because
She's a liar.
She's a fucking liar.
Yeah,
so you move in and
I
what
move
happens?
in, and literally like the first day I move in, my not landlord, the super walks in with me, and there's even before he opens the door, a cockroach runs under the door into the apartment, and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "I think you know what it is."
Yeah, it's trying to act up.
He's like, "Oh my goodness, what?" So then
Staring at you like,
go
you see
in.
that fucking thing?
There was a little beetle running across the counter. 4 fucking cockroaches in the kitchen. That's the most cockroaches I've seen, period, in like my whole time in having apartments in New York. I'd maybe see 1 a year. I've had apartments where I haven't seen any before. 4 in the kitchen, and then there's like these weird fly things coming out of the bathtub. And I was like,
Out of the bottom.
The drain.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like, I'm not going to
That's
be able
so
to
gross.
fucking sleep here.
Which
'Cause
means if they're coming out of there, that means that what's in there is also squirming little maggots.
There's just gross
Tangled
stuff
up
in there.
in your hairs.
Yeah, because
Just
they
squirmy
eat,
little maggots.
eat gross.
Eating whatever
Just
dead
eat
skins
gross
left
stuff.
on your. So they come and fly out after just gnawing on hair.
So gross. So
And then what do they taste like?
I'm not sleeping. I have my lights on 24 hours a day.
Because you're busy playing with the roaches?
Yeah, we're just playing backgammon.
Like, I just can't sleep. It's all so exciting.
It's all the best. They do play instruments.
You should train them.
You should train them. They tell me
I hate
secrets.
cockroaches, but it would be nice to have like a few well-behaved cockroaches.
That
would
could
be
like
nice.
do your bidding.
Yeah, they like follow basic orders, like simple instructions.
You would be the person that like, because all my friends are like, even you called me and I was with my gay friend. And he was like, "Oh, he's cute," and it's the picture of you where you're in the pool doing like a stupid face. You're doing like
I think I'm doing a creepy thing.
yeah, you're doing. And my friend goes,
doing something like
"Oh,
this, like-
he's cute." Yes, and I'm like,
Because gays like, I mean, that's like,
you're gross. So
Yeah.
you would, of all people, have pet cockroaches. That would
I
not.
would love, oh my God. Like if I, dude, if I could
My
summon,
God.
if I could summon like a swarm, like where I go like, shh, and it's just like a swarm comes out
Yeah,
and I could shoot. Yeah, who wouldn't want that?
I'm surprised you don't have GAC. Like, I'm surprised you don't have like Nickelodeon gross toys.
Who says that? No, I make my own.
Do you know if you can look? I hate that you have cockroaches on the screen right now. If you could look up, there was a super soaker that was called like, it had like a slime super soaker, and it just straight up looked like cum shooting out of a gun.
Oh, did you have to like load something in it that made
It was just literally like, and the commercial is so disrespectful because it's all these like,
Is it called the
yeah,
Oozinator?
what? Look at the
Oh
black.
my God!
It's so disrespectful. Only the black kid. Look how, do that again and watch
That's
every
fucking
kid
amazing.
and what they do to this poor little.
Oh, you got me.
That's not okay.
Wait, play it from the beginning, and let's take turns doing the sounds for them. Okay, I'll take
Okay.
the first one.
Okay. That's you.
I'll get the oh shit!
Hey.
Oh my God! Oh, more!
Oh man.
Freaking awesome! The Oozinator.
So gross.
Wow,
So
that's a great
disrespectful.
toy,
So disrespectful.
What got in this kid's mouth? Look at this kid.
dude. Yeah, blasted. He said,
He just got the. That's how girls feel. Just so you guys know.
"Oh, we don't shoot
Care.
that."
It'd be so funny if you said it in that cadence. Oh, we don't care.
Oh, hey, Gina, shut the fuck up. Okay.
So gross.
By the way, you left. God, it's funny. You left. Just imagine if I had a shittier girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because you left some essential oils in my car, and I just didn't bother to like. But you already know where I'm going with this.
No.
The last time we came to do this podcast, I gave you a ride, and you left an essential oil in my cup holder. Of course you did.
Was it peppermint?
Of course I did.
No, it wasn't peppermint. It was something that I don't know. It was like bergamot or some shit.
It was frankincense, probably.
No, it was. I never looked at it until like Lindsay borrowed my car. So of course she looks at it right away and she's like, why does my boyfriend have essential oils? And looks at it. It's Gina. It was a sensual oil. And I don't know what it was, like bergamot or
I'm a sensual bitch.
vaginitis. Why do you have a sensual oil?
Because
with
it
you?
probably had like bergamot and frankincense in it.
Was that right?
Like,
That was bergamot? Because
Yeah,
that's what's in my head. Yeah.
yeah, because those are like grounding ones to like calm you.
Why
the
were you
fuck
trying
down.
to get sensual before the
I was
pod,
trying to get
dude?
calm because look at me.
You knew
just
you were
like
going to see
this.
Josh, and you were like,
I thought you were supposed to do lavender.
Lavender has estrogenic effects, and I already have like I'm estrogen dominant, believe it or not, which
Yeah.
like makes you have sometimes more testosterone because I have PCOS. So lavender is actually not good for me because those things actually have like hormonal effects. So frankincense and myrrh and bergamot and I think like orange are good ones for me. But orange and like lemon are like more awake, whereas the other ones are like chill. So that's what I mean, and I think it was like sensual.
yeah, it said sensual and like some very erotic lettering.
Which is so funny because also if you did have a shittier girlfriend, that could be any dumb bitch in Austin would just have essential oils around.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's strange that I like that type of shit.
I think you knew that we were coming to see Josh. And I
Josh
think
is a
you
married man.
pulled out sensually that, hey, like you give a fuck.
I do give a
And
fuck.
I think, no.
I absolutely do. I'm not about that life.
Listen, it
I don't like
wasn't,
being the other
you
one.
weren't huffing integrity oils. You were huffing sensual oils. Because you knew we were coming to the pod.
Were
to
you
see
a
Josh.
seller of that? Like,
What?
did you like try to sell to other women
So
all the essential oils? You weren't.
She does seem like she would sell. I'm so happy.
There's nothing
you're
wrong
not
with
gonna
it.
be part of a Ponzi scheme?
Is that not what you do for work?
No.
I know you said you do like medical sales. I always just assumed you were selling bergamot to women.
Oh, I'm selling fit tea. Thank you very much. No, you dumb bitch. I hate you so much. That was so offensive. He said, "Do you sell?"
My wife sells it. I don't know.
Cool. That feels good.
Hey,
That
how's
feels
business
good.
doing?
She has a lot of boxes of essential oils. A lot.
Oh, that's so great. When I was younger, I did go to. I was gonna sell Cutco knives.
Yeah, that's actually a really good knife.
Did you ever go to be the salesperson for that?
No, they got my brother though. So here's the way that Cutco works, right? Is you go and you
Why am
do
I
the
sweating?
intro, and then you have to buy the set from them. So
Mm-hmm.
they make a lot of money just from people who are like prospective reps. So their parents then have to fucking write a check to Cutco so that
Yeah.
their kid can get this thing
I
and then
was, like,
quit the job a
14.
weekend. Yeah, so it's you young people. They just wanted you to buy the set. And then if you
Yeah.
sell sets, great. But
That's
they
a
don't
pyramid
care.
scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
They are great knives though.
That's why I just remember going to the the whole thing, which was in like a 2-family house, and like my mom dropped me off. I wasn't old enough to drive yet, which is like, Mom, why did you drop me off at this house alone?
Right.
I was answering like a thing from the classified ads in the paper that was like, sell Cutco knives, you could make like $8 an hour, which like I was
Yeah.
like 14. I was like, well, I could buy so many cool T-shirts or some
Right. So
dumb
much
shit.
fucking candy. Yeah. How much
And it was
bergamot
just-
I could get?
It was like a guy who's probably like a substitute teacher during the day. And then he's just like cutting rope in front of me.
Yeah, giving you the demonstration like you give a fuck about sharpness
And I
and
was like,
edges.
and they were like, yeah. And then you just have to pay like $400 to like buy these knives. And like, then you go around. And then I'm like thinking too, I'm like, what am I going to, I'm like, it would be so white trash if my mom called her friends to be like, can Gina come over and show you her knives? Like that's so
Yeah.
disturbing to think about. Like, I don't know. I think I actually ended up taking a worse job, which was I was like a bus girl at just bussing it.
You just worked on a bus.
Just bussing it at a seafood restaurant. No, like you bus tables.
You were bussing it open at the
I was
seafood restaurant.
bussing it.
It's when people need to open a crab leg, you just fucking put it in between your pussy lips and squeeze. Put it in between your pussy lips and just go.
so much. I was laying by the pool at the JW.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, you know what I
before.
gotta do?
Yeah.
I gotta show up to the studio and let Spencer talk shit to me.
Open some lobster with your pussy lips, and it's live lobster, and even the lobster goes down there. It's like, woo wee, smells like fish down here.
Nice. It just smells like oregano.
Oh Lord, am I back in the ocean?
Smells like bergamot. No, you know when you do those introductions about essential oils and you're like, is any oil essential? Because that's how you sound
That's
on stage.
not what I say. I say.
Hey,
not that.
ladies,
That's not-
what's the deal with essential oils?
That's not what I do. That's not what I do. First off, that's not what I do.
Yeah.
I lead into it. No, first off I say, yeah, ladies, you like when we're fucking you and you're bent over the stool going, I, and we're like, go, 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 go.
No, what you do is you say,
go, 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 go.
let me tell you about this
So
Italian
any of
broad.
these essential oils.
Let me tell you about my friend, this Italian broad. This Italian broad over here, she got some essential oils. She left my
Why am I becoming Dean?
That's
Doggone essential oil.
That's how you sound on stage.
That's not how I
And then
sound.
you switch into, like, you can definitely tell that you liked Jerry Seinfeld a lot growing up.
No.
Because then you're like, ladies, these essential oils, what's the deal?
Josh, that's not
Are
true.
any of them ever essential?
When I'm on stage, it's a lot of really long pauses as the audience hangs on every word. It's a lot of me just kind of playing with the
Very
silence.
Ben Stein influence.
And then I say cool stuff. Like I say, like, you guys ever think about why is it that you can go to war and die for your country at 18, but you can't have a beer?
You
Profound.
guys ever think about motorcycles?
What is that?
No, when you say the whole thing about essential oils, I want to always follow you. And this is my little quip for you.
Yeah.
I know essential oil, olive oil.
I, by the way, tried that take. I said that once where I was like, really, the only oil that is essential is olive. It's not dumb, but it's true.
It's so true.
It's true. It's the only thing, it's only oil that if I don't have it, I have to run to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, growing up, this is how white trash, like, if I ever went on Argue Garbage, I'm like, do I win?
Yeah.
Because in our house, we always had olive oil, oregano, garlic, and then Hershey syrup. Got it.
Oh, Hershey syrup was big because you drop it in your milk and boom, boom, boom. Something you're having dessert.
And my dad still, to this day, does not drink milk with dinner. He drinks chocolate milk
I know.
with dinner.
We talk about this. We've talked about this
On the podcast?
on the pod, and then we talked about different types of milk for like 5 minutes. It was really bad, but
Cool. So let's go back to that cockroach apartment. I've had like a whole shit month with moving. And then we won't get too much into it because there's litigation going on. But I saw an ex and then just gotta, deal with lawyers and things with an ex. But which is
What do you
like
mean?
which is like the second time I've had to do this, which is crazy.
wait, what's the issue?
There's just issues that we can't talk about until it's all over because I want money.
But like, what might you be able to say about like the issue?
That he's a liar. So here's the thing.
You're suing.
We're not going to waste our money or time during this. So, because I'm not fucking ruining a case. But anyways, so all that happened.
By the
And I
way,
was already-
she's suing him for misrepresentation because he promised he could make her squirt. And then he didn't, and now Gina's suing him,
Why do
which
we
I think
always
is
have to
excessive.
get to something that I would never want clipped and put on Instagram? Like, why do we always have to get
He
to?
said, he goes, I guarantee you let me come up there. They were.
I said I started working when
I'll
I was
make you
13. You said you put crab legs in your pussy. Do we really always have to go to my Italian pussy? Like, do we?
Well, this is the case, is it not? As the case as I understand it.
Is crab leg Italian pussy?
No. You're suing this guy for misrepresentation because he said he can make you squirt.
No, I hate you so much right now.
Hey, I thought that's
All
what
right,
it was.
the ladies.
What if she was just taking him to court because he showed up to the date and like had gained some weight from the last time?
That is misrepresentation. Yeah. So yeah, I've had a shit week with trying to move. So I was like, had that in my head. And then I'm moving from my old apartment and I have to get the walls painted because whatever, the older landlord.
I knew it.
No, the old landlord has to get fucking wants them all white, whatever. So
he wants them all what?
White. He's Jewish. So he only wants a certain clientele.
He wants to paint your walls white. I understand.
Yeah, okay.
I'm tracking the story.
God.
No, this.
You're like, I can't believe my girlfriend would think I'm a creep.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I can't believe
that.
No, I was just clarifying. All right.
So, had this whole in my head, like, guys suck, whatever. I just need to get this move over with. So I hire this painter to deal with redoing the walls before I move out. And the painter comes over and he's like from Guatemala or somewhere in Central America. He's like 5'1", and he's in the middle of doing the paint job, and
he's
he goes,
5'1". What, did you just hire him to paint your baseboards?
He had a ladder. I got a guy with a ladder because I tried to hire somebody else who called me an hour before and said, are you sure I need a ladder? And I said, yes, they're 11-foot walls. Yeah. You need a ladder. And he goes, can I just stand on a table or something? And I was like, no.
Yeah, fuck that guy. All right, so you got
So I get the guy, and then he comes over, and he's in the middle of painting, and he goes, you married? And I'm like, no, I'm not married. He's like, this is a big apartment. You're all by yourself. And I'm like, thanks for like just bringing that up. Cool. And then he goes, oh, you have a hard time like dating? And I'm like, what the fuck is actually happening right now? And he goes, oh, I see you like to cook. And he goes, I see you, I fall in love. I tell you just like that. I see you, I fall in love. And I'm like in the middle of my apartment by myself, needing to get this done. And I'm like, I have to be done. This is the day I have to be out of the apartment. And I'm like, this is the guy that's going to do it. And he's like, I see you, I fall in love. I tell you just like that. I tell you just like that.
A Dominican dude?
No, he's like Central American somewhere.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then he goes, he's like in his 50s. He goes, I have a girlfriend. She's okay, but you're perfect. And I'm like, even the fucking painter from Sherwin-Williams is a fuck boy too. Like this 55-year-old guy is just like, I'd cheat on my girlfriend with you. You're perfect. She's okay. And I'm like, everybody just fucking sucks. So then he's like, listen, he goes, I take you to dinner. And then maybe I know where you live. I know your new apartment. He goes, maybe you cook for me. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, then I just have to be nice because I was going to ask.
You have to be nice because you want him to do a good job painting.
Yeah. And I'm just like alone, and I'm like, I need this done in the next 2 hours.
You know what you need is like a INS hat. They could just go and be like, yeah, no, absolutely. That sounds so much fun. I got to run to the office really quick. I got to do some things and then I'll be right back. That'd be amazing. And then just put on your INS hat and be like, cool. And so, sorry, your name again?
Yeah. So horrible. Yeah. He said, I know where you live. So, and then he goes, I have your phone number. I'll tell you what. He goes, I'll call you in a week and then maybe we can just get coffee. You get lonely, we get coffee. I'm like, I'm not going to get that lonely that I'm going to call my contractor to get a coffee with me who has a girlfriend. So I'm like, everybody's just a fucking piece of shit at this point that I'm like, even the painter guy, the painter guy who has a girlfriend, down to just fuck whoever. I was like, is this my moment like in Closer when Jude Law is getting his picture taken by Julia Roberts and he's like, I need to see you again. Like, is that,
was he handsome?
No. Oh. No. It was not a good time.
La cucaracha, dude.
Yeah, and then I had a bunch of cockroaches. Before that, I sent you the video of, I found this apartment in New York that was a duplex for the price of like a studio apartment. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. I'm like, 2 floors, it'll look great. But the brick wall was painted really dark red. And I was like, I don't like something about that because I love like exposed brick because I'm old and shit. And these are things I say now. But I'm like, I love exposed brick, but they painted over it red. And I was like, that's fucking weird. And so I get approved for the apartment. And I'm like, why aren't I sending the money? Like, why aren't I sending this? I'm losing my mind. I watched the video of the walkthrough because I'm in Massachusetts and I'm not there. And I'm like, all right, just send me a video of the walkthrough. I watched it like literally 40 times. And I'm like, there's something about it I just don't like. And this is how I know essential oils work because I just had the tingly senses that something was off about this building. And I look back at the walkthrough and at the bottom of the stairs, there's just a big brown stain. And I was like, did somebody like have like a baby at the bottom of the stairs or something? Like, did something... I look it up from the police blotter because that's also a thing I know how to do now is just look up police records. Somebody got shot and killed in the fucking apartment. And then they were like, oh, we'll do it for cheap now. You can just live in this haunted house that probably had blood on the bricks, which is why they painted them red. Why am I alone in this?
I think I could still do that. I mean, it's different if the ghost was hanging around.
No, it definitely would be. You just don't have tingly senses that you wouldn't feel it.
I have a tingly sense that we already covered this on the last podcast.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
When? Did we talk about this?
It wasn't here. We talked
Oh,
about it.
okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't remember that.
Oh.
I would have taken.
That's fine, though.
No, that's cool. It just ruined the
interesting.
whole clip.
I would have taken the
Well,
apartment.
you tried to make fun of me for not having tingly senses. So I said, okay, well, whose head's really up in the clouds? Who's really living up in the clouds?
now we're just bantering for clips. Is
Yeah,
what we're
you got your
doing?
head up in the clouds. You keep thinking clips. You keep thinking snippety, snippety, snippety. What we're doing, this is art.
Okay, let me tell you about some bad dates I went on.
No. Remind me why the guy was killed. He went crazy and he had a knife, right?
Yeah.
And then the police
came and
pretty
shot him.
immediately just let him off. Yeah, he had like a kitchen knife, right?
Yeah,
or like
he had
a
a kitchen
steak
knife, yeah.
And then they opened the doors and we're just like, bah, 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 bah,
Not
bah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. You would know because you're like our number one listener of our podcast.
Yeah, I'm the guy who listens to the podcast because I have to.
It's you and my mom. From
Josh
a
only
fake
has
account.
to listen to it the one time. I gotta go through it again. Man.
Oh, new bug just dropped. We can talk about new bug. New bug just dropped.
Critter?
Yeah, a new bug in New York. It's called a lantern bug. Look up
Ooh,
the
pull up lantern bug.
lantern bug, but look up the New York Post article because it's really funny. And I realized that I could write for the New York Post.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. That's a butterfly.
No, so it's pretty. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's very pretty. And I kept seeing a bunch of them.
Why is
I've
it
never
so bad?
they eat all the plants and foliage and shit. But honestly, one, they're very pretty. And
Why does it say sex crazed?
okay, so I'll get to that. Don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
When I'm getting to that. So I start seeing these bugs that I've never seen before. Lived in New York for over 12 years combined, whatever. And
Very
all of a sudden I just start seeing these guys. And it was so cute because they walk on the ground. They don't fly away. So I went to go get a coffee and I'm crazy. And one was just walking on the corner and I was like, oh, hi. And then I came back and I was like, oh, hey. Because he was just only like a foot farther than he was. But I'm like, oh, you obviously could fly. And I'm walking with my friend. We see one. And she's like, oh, we're supposed to kill that as soon as you see it. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, they're like invasive. They came over from China or somewhere in Asia.
Of course they did.
Yeah. I mean, everything new drop from China.
Bro,
but
stop.
So there's
China's
so
got to
many.
stop sending us China tech. Like COVID and
definitely
lantern
tech.
bugs. I hate all this Chinese tech. This biotech they're sending us sucks. I don't want it.
So they're pretty. The thing is, like, they have a red little stripe, and apparently they're in mating season right now. So that's why, like, the other day I was out and I saw like 4 of them dead because people just keep killing them. This article is out of fucking control because they're like, these horn dog bugs have been cruising Central Park looking for hookups, and you're like, who wrote this? Who the
Yeah, right.
fuck wrote this? It's
Some
so
fucking
insane.
22-year-old Indian chick.
Yeah.
Was trying to write, like, she couldn't get BuzzFeed, so
Look
she
how
got New
pretty,
York
though.
Post. Yeah, it's a cool looking. It's a
But
cool
yeah,
looking bug.
so then I was thinking,
It's like a Burning
So then
Man
it says,
bug.
it's like outside of Central West Side Gym, 6 crushed lantern flies, and then like this person is like, oh, the past couple of days I killed maybe like 10 of them because people are like, I'm helping. Like, it's so insane. It's such a stupid thing that's happening. So I was thinking I should bring one to Texas.
Just one though.
2, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think one is gonna move the needle.
I show up, I'm like, Spencer, look what I brought. It's just a dead bug.
Spencer. It flies out of your mouth. That was the only way to get it through. You had to keep
You know
your mouth
what's so
shut.
sad is when you
Dude,
did that. You know what I pictured? I just became Jason Rouse in that story
you can't show your gold teeth.
because I have a good bug for you.
Yeah, that's it. But imagine, because if you wanted to bring that here, you'd have to like fly with it. You'd have to put it in your mouth and just not talk
I got
the
more
entire
pockets.
flight. Yeah, but they can see. They'll check.
Hey,
it.
they can see.
They'll see something like moving. They say empty your pockets, and then you got to go through the thing where they slowly microwave you, and then
Yeah, I
gotta go
don't
up.
do that. I
you,
never.
you always go through the thing.
Yeah, or I get a pat down.
Yeah. Well, also because you're pretty old, you get on the wheelchair and get brought all the way to the gate. Right?
Yeah, I get cruised around.
You typically have at least one Caribbean lady pushing you through to the gate.
Me and my 70-year-old dog, who has a Dominican lady pushing her.
Oh man, you and your dog have it rough.
Yeah.
Right now, your dog has cancer.
She has something like that we're not.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just
Yeah,
said
she has a non-benign tumor.
She
is
won't
how
call
we're
it
saying.
cancer. She says the C word.
Yeah.
And she's been doing all the right things. You've been meditating and trying to put out good energy.
I've just been crying on top of my dog.
Yeah. But the surgery's coming up.
If
Yeah.
a tumor's not benign, isn't that not cancer then?
No, it's malignant. It is cancer.
It's still cancer.
Like
It's-
Maleficent.
Well, yeah, let's put it this way. That tumor is Angelina Jolie and malfeasant.
Malfeasance. Maleficent.
Is that what it's called? I don't know, but I want you to know, because I know that you've been doing a lot, and you've probably had your stones and your oils. Have you? And like burning sage and shit
I burn incense.
to like
I've just
cleanse
been
the dog.
crying on top of the dog.
Okay, well, I want you to know that I've been doing my part, and every day I've been meditating and using also stones, and really just being intentional and putting out my motives into the ether that your dog's cancer metastasizes and reaches her lymph nodes.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Is my magic is much stronger than your magic? Because I've been doing it so long.
I'm doing it to show. I don't want your dog that. I'm doing it to show you that it's not real.
Yeah, it's such a like stay in your lane, Spencer, you know?
We're you know what it is? We're battling where it's like our two
Yeah.
spells are like colliding.
Mine's
and
just
I'm
like spaghetti sauce.
I'm just pushing
You've
it.
just got like, I don't
The
know.
roaches.
The roaches are back. No, mine's spaghetti sauce.
defy the roach king.
No, mine's just pop-up sauce coming at you.
I already
with
sent
chunks of beef.
I sent the king roach to paint your apartment.
Yeah, I got meatballs in here. And immigrant
Dude,
stuff.
if you got meatballs, keep shooting it. Keep shooting it.
Yeah.
That'd be an amazing power if you could just shoot meatballs from your palm into my mouth.
I'm such your girlfriend would not like that.
She'd be right there with me in line.
Man,
She'd be right there in line talking about, please, sir, I want some more. You know?
I just learned my dog has cancer.
Oh, no.
Yours too?
Well, no, because you said that. Because the doctor said that it had a tumor around the heart. I was like, what? He's like, but it's benign. I was like,
No,
oh,
benign is good.
Benign's good.
okay. So then it just has the tumor.
Your dog.
Oh, my God.
It just has a tumor around the heart.
Oh, my
But it's not, it's
God,
benign, right?
Josh.
That's
I
what.
was like, I did not just drop the news.
That's what she's saying. She doesn't want to say malignant. So what she's saying is he has a non-benign. She has a non.
benign
Okay.
is good.
Josh is sitting there.
I was like, fuck.
You guys can't see. Josh is crying right now.
He's 13. He's old. He can't see.
Oh, what kind of dog is it?
Half Shih Tzu, half Yorkie.
Oh, you got a
Oh,
little
wow.
guy.
Yeah.
That's just a little guy. You know, I had a comic on The Last Shelter. Is this guy Ryan Shaner from Philly, and everyone's always like, Ryan Shaner's so hot, and then he shows up and he's like 5'2", like he's like,
Oh,
he's
wow.
got like that Delta thing, like where short guys get like the Tom Cruise face. So that's just like evolution. Like they just got to have a fighting chance, so they get a pretty face. And when he got off stage, because I'm hosting, I go, "Oh, I'll give it up for Ryan Shaner. He's just a little guy," and no one laughed. Everybody was like, "What a bitch!" I was like,
I love when you're trying to make fun of somebody. I like when you're trying to make fun of somebody and it bombs. I think actually also the last shelter. I said something about Gina. And I said Gina. No, Gina's a good friend of mine. Very funny lady comic. And I was like, by the way, does that ever bother you? It's always a lady comic. You know, lady comic. Gina Hyena. It's like, why does it have to be lady comic? Right? Why can't we just say lady? Nothing.
Was this that Spider House?
Just me laughing.
Was that-
Was this Spider House? Yeah, I
Were you
saw
there?
it. I was like, ooh.
Why can't it just be the lady?
You paused way too long. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Come
like,
on.
Somebody.
Well, because it's heat, so I'm still waiting.
Because it's fire.
I'm still waiting for it to get its flowers.
Because it's fire.
Yeah.
So if I say this, tell me if you get it.
Okay.
I'm writing a bit about 90 Day Fiance and how this chick is so stupid because she's dating a guy from the Middle East and like she
Yeah,
just
that's
doesn't
retarded.
get that
Oh.
like she like he thinks she's a slut for wearing her hair down at the grocery store like and everybody kind of pulls back on that and I'm like, well, she kind of deserves it because like she's so stupid she thought like she's gonna get pregnant by him and name the baby Sharia because she thinks it's a pretty Middle Eastern name. Like she doesn't. Okay, thank you. Because like only like 3 people get it every time I do it, and I'm like Sharia law. Like I'm like I gotta switch it up. But it is funny. That's actually a couple. There was a guy from Egypt and this woman who's like
yeah.
obsessed with like hippie stuff. And then she's like, "You're gonna break up with me because I posted a bikini pic on Instagram." And it's like, "Yes, bitch."
Oh, so
He
that's-
is. Yeah. Like he's
100%.
100% going to do that. You look like a prostitute. Like you can't do that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going to change it to like she thinks Sharia is a type of yoga or something like that.
Right. Or like,
Do it in her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if she's acting it out, and because if you do it in her voice, they can imagine it more, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, she's dumb."
try
Yeah.
it. Try it right now.
Well, I do have a part of it where she's like, "How come you won't hold my hand in public? Like I came all the way over here to Egypt and you won't do PDA with me." And he's like, "Bitch, both of our genitals."
a whore. This stinky, dirty whore. You show toe.
It's crazy that like I really, if a guy actually was a provider and like was a good dude, I know I get on this shit a lot because I'm so old. But if he actually was a provider and like a good dude, I'd be fine not showing my hair in public.
No, you wouldn't.
I
Be.
100%.
No, you wouldn't be. You fucking say that.
I 100% would be fine if he's paying the bills.
No,
he's loyal and like just a good guy to me. And he's like, hey, because it's also kind of hot that he's like, oh, only I get to see you with your hair down and you're like my little thing.
I was about to say, I think I don't think you would do. I think what you want is you have this fantasy. You just want somebody to want you to not show your hair in public. Right now, no one gives a fuck. It's like, yeah, Gina, walk around naked, show your face, show your eyeballs, show your hair. No one gives a shit.
No.
You want somebody who's just like, you're my world, and I don't want any other man to see. That's what you want. That's
why I had that in my 20s. That was my big mistake.
Yeah.
That's what I had in my 20s was like, literally one guy said to me, because we had a dog named Waffle and she was like the cutest, sweetest dog. And he was like, yeah, like when people want to pet Waffle, I'm like, no, she's my dog. Like you can look at her and she's cute. Yeah. But she's my dog. And he was like, he's like, I like that people think you're funny, but I don't want them to talk to you. Yeah. And I was like, I belong somewhere.
That stuff's like so cultural. Like watching The Sopranos. Like, I'm going through a rewatch.
Yeah.
Which is, and he was obviously hanging out with people who are actually like that.
Yeah.
But it makes me want to be so much more toxically masculine. Like, cause you
Yeah.
watch and I was like, oh yeah, fuck all this stuff. When Tony has to like he has to confess to everybody and like come out of the closet as somebody who like has been to therapy, and they're all just like, I mean, it's not great, but I've heard worse things. Like, and I'm like, yeah, we should be that. Like,
yeah,
that's great.
100%. That's what.
Yeah, look at them. They're just shooting pool.
Yeah.
You know, and like, yeah, don't, you know. I like, there's the one guy, Paulie, who's okay. He even says, he goes, I saw a therapist myself about a year ago. I was going through some things. And then the next episode, he's like, what do you think about the boss going to therapy?
Yeah.
And then Sill's like, you're a hypocrite. You said you went to therapy yourself. You admitted it. And he goes, yeah, but never to a woman.
Yeah.
I just can't compute that.
It really is. I mean, that's 100% like what I grew up around.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's when I see guys now, I'm like, don't tell me. Like, it makes me so uncomfortable to hear a guy talk about his feelings.
Right.
I'm like, what are you doing right now? Like, it literally makes me like, it freaks me out. That's why I dated that guy that got out of prison and he cried a lot. Like, that shit, I was like, what does he do? Like, this isn't what I signed up for. I signed up for like guy that looked like fucking blonde, blue eyes.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, who's the other guy with the? He looks exactly like Chris Hemsworth. And The Gentleman.
Oh, Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Did you just make up a name?
It's the guy who played McLovin.
What's his name?
Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
I was like,
hyphen like Plasse, like
Yeah.
Plasse.
I literally thought you made up a name and you just used the weirdest words that you're like Splash. I was like, wow, Spencer's really funny.
Yeah. I know the guy you're talking about, Crescendo Forterante. Yeah. Love him. Oh, I love him.
Homeboy from Sons of Anarchy. That's what this guy looked like.
Timothy Chalamet. Yeah.
I
know.
Just trail off in the end.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet. No. I do know who you mean. What you mean, Bill Skarsgård? It'd be funny. Who's the one that all the women really like is Alexander Skarsgård. Is so hot, but I really like the idea of thinking because there's so many of them and just being like, dude, you guys see everyone fucking loves this Bill Skarsgård.
Any Skarsgård. Any Skarsgård. Bring up all the
No,
Skarsgård.
not any Skarsgård.
Any Skarsgård. Any
all right, fine. Pull up the
can get it.
Skarsgård from.
Look at that man is
that's-
not wearing. That man could wear a skirt and I'd be okay with it. You know, I've decided because I've made it up in my head
Still
is
hot.
that men wore skirts like in battle so they could poop. Think about it. Like you're battling, you got all this like run around to do. You can't pull down your pants and pull them back up.
I think it was just harder to fashion pants.
You think so?
A skirt's just way easier. Yeah, it's all you have to do is nail the waist.
Oh, that's
Pants you have
gay
to.
of you to notice.
Well, not gay of me to notice. I've just been in combat a lot, so I'm telling you, like for me,
for me,
I
it
always
sounds like
found
you've
it-
been sewing for men in combat.
That's what the fucking women do. Women sew, men don't sew. Josh, have you ever sewed?
No.
Yeah, hell yeah, same.
Hell yeah, I don't even know what a needle is.
Yeah, I don't even, dude.
I don't even do a cross stitch.
The only needles I know are that for putting people's eyes. Dude, I don't.
But if you think about it, poop.
People say they sew. I'm like, so you're gay?
Huh. No, you know who else? If you're really hot, like if you're very masculine, you can wear a skirt.
Yeah, no, I
Not
agree.
like
I can,
Harry
yeah.
Styles. That was just like you're trying to do some David Bowie shit.
No, what
Like,
you're
just
saying is
stop
if
it.
I wanted to wear a skirt, I could. I get it.
I'm saying like Bad Bunny could wear a skirt.
Is Bad Bunny hot?
Bad Bunny's hot. Bad Bunny's hot in a way that he looks like a Pixar character. Also, as soon as my grandfather died, I started being into Hispanic men, which is very strange.
Josh's previous search was just Bad Bunny is Puerto Rico.
In my head, and I think in many elder millennials' heads, Bad Bunny is the son of Daddy Yankee. I don't care if they're from different countries or if that
Is he
sounds...
kissing men?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Bad
Bad Bunny
Bunny-
gay?
I think he's just Hispanic.
He kissed this girl here first, and then turned around, and this dude kissed him.
Wait,
During the
dude kissed
VMAs.
him, he didn't kiss him back?
No, they both
Wait,
kissed.
you
like they're
already
kissing.
knew this happened
Yeah.
because that was your fucking search.
Yeah, I already knew this happened. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
that was
no, see, I was still...
that was him
Bad
and
Bunny. He looks like a Pixar character. His features are so big.
Oh, so Bad Bunny would just be out there. He's just kissing everybody.
Yeah, he's like Prince.
He's pansexual.
He be fucking. You know he be fucking. How many times, Josh, I'm just going to ask you something super personal.
Sure.
How many times could you go in a row?
the most ever was 7.
How about you? Like 2?
No, like probably 10 years ago.
Like now?
Oh, I wouldn't even go 2 in a row. I'm not going
You go.
twice in a row.
Oh.
Like, wait, you're talking? Would you do that now? No rest.
No, not now. This was
Yeah.
like I'm
When you're like
I'm-
19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Between
yeah, you can do
19,
that.
Oh, yeah,
22.
19 when you're young. You just...
No. I won't. I'll have sex maybe twice in the same day. But that means we fucked in the morning
And then at night.
and then again at night. And even that is like, what's the occasion? You know?
Yeah, Bad Bunny be fucking, but he be playing around with skirts, and for some reason it
Hey,
doesn't bother me.
Why do you ask?
Oh, because in my experience, Hispanic men can fuck more in a row.
We got a lot of jizz.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Not in
they
Josh's
just-
experience.
Yeah.
I've fucked many of men, and all of them, I made them come quick.
Did you ever? Okay, I'm just gonna keep tying this back into moving.
Oh yeah. No, we can stay on theme.
Did you ever have to have roommates?
Yeah.
Craigslist roommates?
Yeah. I always had I had roommates up until my last apartment, so here in Austin. But I always had roommates. Yeah, when I was in San Francisco, I lived with a bunch of gay girls.
Bunch of gay girls.
Yeah.
Did they just
Girls
tell
can
you
be
that?
Yeah, dude. Well, because the whole thing, because naturally, I mean, you hear that. Okay, 3 lesbians living in a house. Which, by the way,
You're
2 of them were
they're
very
like
cute.
all my exes.
I
and now they
immediately
just
think
fuck.
I go like, okay, this is gonna change pretty quickly after I sign a lease. I mean, once I move in there and you see how many old comic books I have, probably once you guys see how many Ninja Turtle Funko Pops I have, we're gonna
This
get
is
it
gonna
on.
switch up.
Turns
real
out
quick.
they really stuck to their guns on the whole being gay thing.
It sounds like a Drake song when he's like, "My girl got a girl" type of thing.
Yeah.
you totally could have like played it out like that.
Yeah, they were what you would call lipstick lesbians. So
Oh,
they
they
were,
were okay.
they were cute. They were fun. Didn't really have a lot of interest in having sex with me.
I wish more straight people had like categories, like how the gays are so good with categories.
Everybody feels included. Everybody gets an animal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like otters, and I was just my friend who's a bear, and bears are
Bear's
just
the nicest one. where they're
bears
like,
are
"Oh."
just hot, and it's so annoying.
To them, like, well, yeah, but bears, so like it spans because there are like there's the big burly, but then it's like
They're all just so.
they'll be
hot.
like, oh, like no, he's a bear, and I'm like, really? That's just an Israeli guy.
he's got a beard.
obese Israeli guy.
Yeah.
He's
they're
got
like,
a
no, that's a
beard
bear.
and the chest hair, and
That's
they're
so
like
nice.
usually into working out and doing masculine
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and they just fuck each other.
Even creeps who like to fuck young guys, like to us, we'd call that a creep.
That's a daddy.
Bordering on, or that's a chicken hawk.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
because
haven't heard that one.
he's plucking up the spring chicken.
oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. Yeah, we would just call that. Imagine if you called like a straight teacher that was like trying to date one of his young female students.
yeah,
You're like,
be
oh
like-
no, he's just chicken hawk.
Dude, okay. I've been meaning to talk to somebody about this for a while.
Pretty Little Liars.
Close. I don't know the show, but I think maybe we can find a way to tie it in somehow.
Okay.
Have you guys noticed how fucking high schoolers are hot now?
Oh God. Spencer.
No, I'm being serious, dude. And it's not because they don't look like high schoolers. I go
It's
to
the hormones in the milk.
dude, it's something because it's something in their fucking vapes. I don't know what it is, but I go to the gym in Westlake, and it's where all the Westlake high school kids go. And I'm not even talking about just the girls. Like the guys are all fucking jacked. Like they look amazing, and they're wearing like Westlake High School lacrosse. Like if they cycle in with me, it's fucking embarrassing. I have a 17-year-old who like. It's like
Spencer,
my
you're
turn,
making
and he's
me
got to
Josh
like
really
take off.
uncomfortable.
He's got to take off a plate.
Just
so
because
that
it's dudes, it still doesn't make it. It's still pretty gross to say.
I'm not saying I have any feelings.
No,
about
but
it.
you're
I'm-
saying that you are sexually attracted.
I
to
didn't say
them.
I was sexually attracted, but they look like hot people. I'm not saying I like it, but I'm saying that these girls look like
It's
Doja
so
Cat.
strange. Like it's
Yeah.
literally like I don't even like see people that are under 22 years old. You know, like
so-
I just don't even see them.
Go to a gym near a high school, and you're gonna be like, these girls look like Doja Cat, and all of these guys look like Teen
It's
Wolf.
like an X-Men thing that I just wouldn't even like. You know, I just don't even see
Tell you
young
what,
people like
you'd
that.
feel real bad about yourself real quick. Because these girls already look like 25-year-old models, and they're only 16. It's like they're only
No, it's
gonna
definitely
look
like the
better.
hormones in the milk. Make
How
them
do you
get
know
there.
they're
You get
16?
They're in high school. I don't know. Average age of a high schooler.
Oh, okay.
Probably be like 16. I'm not asking, Josh.
Look up
You're
how,
trying to make it seem like I have feelings.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
make
being
it seem
weird.
like I'm being the weird one here.
No. But you're trying to turn it on me, like saying, how do
I'm
you know
not
they're
turning
16?
anything.
I'm not interrogating. I'm just noticing. I'm just
feel like-
noticing. I'm just noticing that we haven't heard of a teacher sleeping with a student in a while. And
Because there hasn't been. They just started going back to school this year.
no, but I'm saying it's been a couple years.
They just be phone fucking.
I think that it's because I don't think it's happening less. I think if anything, it's happening more. But I think now even cops know what I'm saying, and they show up and they're just like, "We understand. Like we don't." No, they're like, "Listen, this is Christian Thompson we're talking about.
like
He's
this
got
is a
the best
conversation for
arm.
you
He's
and
got the best
Fuzzy.
arm in Westlake history."
I think this is a conversation for you and Fuzzy.
I think that all right,
Or
we're
police. This
Yeah,
is a
section
conversation.
for you in the police.
Come to the gym with me. Come to the gym with me. You're going to see. Yeah, exactly.
No,
because you'd have to be confronted with some harsh truths.
Like R. Kelly right now. Like you're like, come to the gym with me. I'll show you how hot they are.
I didn't say I was going to piss on them. I didn't say I was going to do none of that.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't say I was gonna feed him or bring him to a mansion. I
Yes.
just said,
So what?
What do their moms look like?
Their moms all look great.
yeah. So
Yeah,
maybe
they
focus
really take care
there.
of themselves.
Yeah. Focus on the mom.
Oh, the moms aren't even close to as good looking as their daughters. Not even close. Oh my God. Not even these bodies are tight.
Yeah, they're 16.
Spencer.
They have great metabolisms.
That's not all that's great.
Spencer.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
If I had a rolled up newspaper, I would hit you with it.
By the way,
now.
even, I brought my girlfriend. Even Lindsay agrees. She's like, these guys, like, we didn't look like that in high school. Like, they look
It's the
incredible.
hormones.
You
all the food and
didn't.
shit.
You didn't.
You didn't either.
I didn't
Josh.
either, but you got to remember that 2000.
No,
What they have?
nobody looked
Britney
like this.
Spears. She was 15 years old
That's
in
so
that
crazy.
in that video.
That's creepy.
Christina Aguilera. She's 16
Ooh, say
years old.
Christina Aguilera again.
Christina Aguilera
That's cool.
is she's 16 years old on that video?
I understand, but they were an exception, not the rule.
Oh, okay.
I go to the gym. It's like all of these people are great. I think more than anything, what it is that people are working out. They're taking care of themselves. You have 15-year-olds who are like doing squats and getting asses. These dudes are getting like traps. Because when I was in high school, the guys that were hot were like Edward Cullen. It's like people from like Twilight, and then like dudes.
Did you just name a hot guy from your high school right now?
What?
Did you just name a hot guy from your high school?
No, it's from a movie.
Twilight.
I'm just saying
Okay.
that's who we were like trying to look like, was like these
Yeah.
skinny white dudes from TV shows. I think now the kids are trying to look like these like fucking Logan Paul. So they're
would
hitting the
be
gym every day. They're getting
We all
jacked.
wanted to be gangsters. We all wanted to look like 50 Cent. That's what-
Totally.
It
yeah.
would be so funny if you were talking about that and you're like, back in high school, we wanted to look like Jacob Tabor, and it was just like a guy in your high school. No, just what are you talking about?
Yeah, you guys all know that in high school, we all wanted to look like Zach Carnes. He was the best linebacker Kings High School ever had. You guys remember Zach Carnes? Jane Carnes' son.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We had this guy.
Zach K.
Oh, we had this guy, Nick. I don't even remember his last name anymore, which is so sad. And he was like the hottest skater guy. Like he was so fucking hot. Because there was something about like,
How old was he?
I was like 14. He must have been 16 or 17.
Older kid?
Yeah. And so it was just like, oh my God, he's like the coolest skater kid, like whatever. His parents had a nice house, so he always had like the coolest like Jinko jeans and shit. But he was so good looking. And then I ended up dating him when I was in college, and then he just kind of fell off like super hard. Like when I mean, like he went from being like the most popular to still like in his early 20s, like very good looking, that right now, like he lost all of his hair. He makes jewelry, and like he's one of those people that makes the jewelry that's like the wire around like the rock.
Oh, it's the open mic of jewelry making. Yeah. It's so bad. No
100%.
one's buying that.
He got like a tattoo of sunflowers with like his dead girlfriend's name on it and shit. And my friend that like also knew him in high school, I just saw, and he was like, dude, he's like, he works at a diner now. He's like, bro, stop. He's like, he makes the best French toast. He's like, but stop making my pancakes, dude. You're bumming me out. Like I've never seen someone be like straight down, like just completely peaked to
That ain't happening to these kids.
what kids? Oh, those kids?
Yeah, these kids are.
Oh, look at the age that this will be good for your search history. The age that girls get their period now, because
They're getting it earlier, right?
yeah, they get it like 4 years earlier. It's really fucking crazy, and it's because all these hormones in the milk. I'm gonna freak you out and drop some animal knowledge on you.
What is the age girls get their period in 2022? Yeah, no, but I mean,
10-year-old, imagine.
Truly, I know you guys are trying to make what I'm saying creepy, and in many ways
I
it
was
is.
trying to let it go to talk about science.
No, but I'm tying it back into it.
like,
does
what the fuck?
It does seem like people
I
are
know you guys are
developing.
ganging up on me right now. I'm
People
like,
are developing earlier though. Like it's
Yes.
just facts. They look much older than we looked when we were in high school.
absolutely.
100%. Their
look-
bodies
it's
are
similar to
developed,
like a-
and it's good.
Penises are getting smaller though.
Yeah. Oh, I see. That makes me happy. Yeah, these fucking small dicked, hot little 17-year-old dudes with your fucking tiny dicks. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put 3 plates and bench this tiny ass dick.
Also, that school specifically gets all of as many genetic freaks as they can to join their football team because they're like one of the best. Nick Foles went there.
Yeah, that's
really?
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. And Drew Brees.
Andrew Brook. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't explain why all the girls on the treadmills look like top 10 models, but yes.
But so do you know how they get milk to happen at the same time?
They suck.
What?
You suck on the breast?
What?
I hate being here.
Oh shit.
I literally am like, I have so much scientific knowledge to drop on you.
No, hit me.
And you're like,
Well, you asked, do you know how they get the milk?
I don't
They
blame him for
suck.
any of this because he creeped me out. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? Like I was like this during the podcast because the story you said about your brother,
Yeah.
it haunted me.
Yeah.
It fucking
How do
haunted
you
me.
think
you
I
are
feel?
haunting.
How do you think I feel? No,
You
it
know what
wasn't
the
something I
grossest-
did.
You know what the grossest story you have is? Because
What?
I was thinking about this earlier. Like, I overshare a lot, and it's definitely because I've realized growing up, my mom overshared a lot. And I think your mom overshared a lot. Because that one story you used to tell on stage
What one?
about wiping and smelling or something, being wet or something that she had just met.
Oh, my mom, yeah.
What? Don't say it like that. Yeah, my mom.
Yeah. My mom, okay, this is a fun story. This is a fun story.
Creepier than your brother?
But my mom's just like batty, dude. My mom's
Yeah.
weird, and actually, batty doesn't sum it up. Me telling this story and being
Cool way
like,
to put it.
but you know, moms, they're so spacey. No, it's so. This is just like 2 or 3 years ago. And
Yeah. What?
We were sitting on a couch. I was at the end of the couch, so imagine I'm on the furthest right end. My mom is laying, and there's kind of a pillow against my leg, and her head is here, and then her like feet are like kicked over my sister. So like my sister and I are both sitting normal. My mom's kind of laying across us. We're watching.
White people shit.
Yeah, like honestly, like investigation discovery. Like we're watching some murder shit, whatever. And I farted, and it was silent. And I just kind of sat there biting my lip, waiting for them to all smell it. Because it's the best. That moment right after you fart and you're waiting for it to catch, and you know it was bad. It was hot coming
rancid.
out. It's the rancid. My boy's a time bomb. It's the most exciting moment in the world. And so I'm waiting. And then finally, my mom like just gets up and starts hitting me and just goes, "Oh my God, you pig. You pig," and starts shoving me, and I'm laughing. I'm like, yeah, I farted.
I like being the piggy.
So then my sister comments, and she goes, "Oh, did you fart?" She's on the other end of the couch. And I was like, "Yeah, I farted." And she goes, "Oh my God, like, thank God. Mom, I wasn't going to say anything. I thought that was your hoonie," which is what my sister jokingly calls a pussy.
Yeah.
She's like, "I thought that was your pussy." And then my mom, who's also, let's just say this, she drinks.
Yeah.
So she's
Is she intoxicated this time?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is after 5 p.m. She's lit. And so my mom starts getting really offended by that, and she just goes, "You thought, Brooke, my vagina does not stink. It does not." And then she's wearing like pajama pants that are like hanging around her ass because she's an old drunk lady.
Cool lady.
And she's like, "Yeah, my vagina does not smell." And then she goes, "Honestly, delish." So my sister and I are just like frozen there at like what just happened in the last 5 seconds. And
Yeah.
like for my mom smelling it, then going again, like wiping. I mean, she's under the pants wiping.
But over the underwear though, right?
No. Oh, you thought she was wearing underwear?
Why would your mom not be wearing underwear?
Oh, she's just wearing pajama pants, nothing else. So she tastes it and goes, "Delish." My sister and I lose it at that.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Why did you just do that?
Yeah.
And then my mom goes, "Oh, shut up. Everyone." She goes, "Oh, shut up, kids. Everyone's tried their own jizz." Which is so gross. One, like, Mom, no, everyone
No.
doesn't.
No,
Two,
she meant
don't-
everybody in the family. She knows your kids.
But it's also like, Mom, don't call it jizz.
Yeah.
You didn't
You're
just
like, don't
jizz.
do
It's just-
that. Yeah.
Everyone's tried their own.
Have you tried your own batch?
No.
It'd be funny if she did that and then she licked the top of your head and
No, your brother's story is creepier. Your brother's story.
Yeah, because that was him actually trying to molest me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a lot of creepy stories. I literally was just having like a nice day. I was laying out in the sun, and I was telling my friend, I was like, "Oh, I got."
You wanted to do this? I had to carve time. I had to make a lie about why I'm not working right now, and like a whole bit to accommodate.
So you could tell us how you think high schoolers are hot, and I'm trying to tell you guys how milk is made.
And then we were trying to get to that.
My
and I
mom
said,
ate her pussy.
Yeah, and then my mom ate her pussy, and my brother molested me, and what else? What else? The trial of the people versus Spencer Cavins. That's what this is starting to turn into. When really this podcast was supposed to be about how you live with bugs.
Do this as your stand-up.
You
just tell gross stories and then be offended that people are, the jury's against me again.
So I can't say that I smelled the treadmill after a 16-year-old used it. Okay, we can't do anything anymore. Oh, okay. Oh, didn't know I was living in Russia. Okay.
Stupid.
Bro, I bet Russian schoolers.
I guess I can.
Ooh. That was Russian high schoolers. They must look insane.
I don't think they're like allowed in the sun. Yeah. I only remember from a Law and Order podcast. Nope, not a thing.
From you listen to a Law and Order podcast? You fucking loser.
No, I was gonna say I remember from a Law
She subscribes to the Law and Order Patreon. Get premium content from Ice-T. It's the same stuff too. It's just like my mom tasted her own pussy.
Is my lipstick all over my face now? Like, did I just?
It's not.
It's a Law and Order podcast.
Your mom's weird. Remember that?
I said, your mom tasted her own pussy. That's gross.
No, your mom's annoying. That's so funny. We shot this episode in New York that Gina won't let me ever release
because I was trying to do
so
an
funny.
impression of Spencer having a curse on him, in which it's like a shallow house situation in which he sees his beautiful girlfriend and they're like engaged to be married. So that like a medieval thing. But one day he wakes up and Lindsay's voice, and in my head, I was thinking, what would Quasimodo sound like? And in my head, because I think of different things, I was like, I want the voice to be bubbly and ugly. And I was like, Spencer. And then
It's 10 minutes of her being like, Spencer, I love you.
And I'm like,
why can't we get married? And I thought she was just doing a retarded person's voice.
And I thought I was doing Quasimodo's voice. And then we finished doing that whole riff. And he goes, yeah, so did you see the new Love on the Spectrum? And I go, oh, fuck. Because I didn't know.
So she won't let me release any of it.
Yeah,
and then she kept trying to reset the clip. So like we would finally wind down. She'd be like trying to get the thing so that I could edit it, where she'd be like, there'd be a pause and she'd be like, you know what would be funny is if like your girlfriend was still like perfectly normal, but like if just her voice changed and sounded odd, and I just wouldn't let her get away with
Yeah,
it.
he wouldn't let me do it. And I was like,
what, you mean like mentally challenged? Okay, well, let's reset it again. So that just is the podcast.
it's just me squirming and being like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm sorry. What were you going to say where milk comes from?
Oh, now we're here?
Yeah.
No, this is why the teenagers look older, is because when you do factory farming for milk, you inject all of the fucking cows at once because you want them all pregnant at the same time.
Yeah, most stuff.
So you literally go through like a line of 1,000 cows and have their fucking tails up and inseminate them artificially. And then you steal the baby from them. And then so they're all full of fucking hormones that like you got them to get pregnant from like inserting jizz into their, but it's just like a guy. It's just like a guy in like Wisconsin going down a row of cows just filled with hormones. And then most of milk is pus. I don't know if you knew that.
I did. Yeah, that always grosses me. It's a lot of pus and blood and they dye it, right? Did you know that?
What?
When you get like cow milk, it's a lot of pus and blood.
This man is about to Google pus and blood right now.
That's why they have to add all that like sugar and dye and
It nasty.
Regular milk does not contain blood or pus.
No.
Blood and pus may be
Yeah, who
present
wrote this?
in
Big
milk.
Dairy? BigDairy.au.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can trust it. It's from dairy.com.
From Australia, too, where they're
Well, I always ask,
prisoners.
this always bugs me because I'm always like, I don't mind it. Can I get my blood and pus on the side? I would like just a separate jar.
It's so gross. And then a lot of them get mastitis. So a lot of them get infections. And they don't check them all the time. Yeah, see, there it is, mastitis. Because they're just hooked up to a machine.
God, yeah.
So they don't check every cow all the time.
Have you guys ever drained like a cyst?
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's just gross. Yeah, and then you're drinking it. And then, see, those boys are going to grow up to go to Westlake High School. Chocolate milk made from bloody milk.
Wow.
Does almond milk have any side effects?
No, it'll just make you gay.
Oh, shit.
That's all.
I thought, okay.
No, it's full of all the palm oils and all that stuff, which just pretty much locks up everything. That's the big deal with like palm oil and what are the other ones? All the seed oils.
You mean you have
Yeah.
solid shits?
No, it's just like everything in like your cells. Like it's not made to be. So if you're thinking of like a hormonal reaction or any sort of cellular reaction, like it's just something that your body's not used to. Like if you think about everything flowing correctly, like it kind of locks up every process. So then you just start having like fat being stored more, or you just start getting like
That's why I'm
cardiac
fat.
issues
There
and
we
all
go.
that stuff. Yeah.
That's what
Do
it
you
is.
drink a lot of milk?
Do you drink a lot of palm oil?
I drink like 4 cups of coffee a day, and half of it is the almond, coconut, whatever milk that I'm using.
Oh, what are the ingredients in that?
I don't want to read that.
Yeah, because you probably can't pronounce it. No good.
It's part of it.
What are we at on time?
An hour 5.
Bro, we fucking went
We
to
be
that hour
chatting
so fast.
We be chatting.
I gotta pee really quick.
Yeah, go pee.
Do you want to just run it and do 30 minutes?
yeah, and
another
then I'll
30?
explain to you
Yeah.
why everybody was upset. So you'll just listen to me
Got it.
You can leave this running
about
and just have Gina talk.
yeah. A lot of people were upset about how Beyonce. Remember Beyonce used the word spaz in that song.
Yeah. She had to take it out.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's not like a thing that happens a lot." There's actually a disease called severe spasticity, which is like the saddest fucking thing to see. So, you will see it in people with cerebral palsy, but it's also in people that get in like a motorcycle accident or anybody that has a brain injury from like a car accident.
Like that?
You'll get something, called severe spasticity. It happens in MS. It happens in a lot of different brain disorders, like neurological disorders, but it's so sad. So you'll see that you call that two pictures of the A and B. It's called being bound because like your muscles just don't stop firing. And a lot of people, they can't even talk. So they'll be like their muscles in their neck are firing all the time.
And
what's-
how do they get this?
So it can be from a brain injury. Like you could fall off a bike and get this. Like you could get severe, like hit your head very hard. Sometimes it's in I'm not sure if people with Parkinson's get it, but I knew people with cerebral palsy will get
Yeah,
it.
because I got a friend who has that, and he has to wear braces at night sometimes.
Because he grinds.
No, because his legs want to like fold, so he has to straighten his knee out.
It's very sad, and
Yeah.
like I don't think that anybody from like the severe spasticity community like got mad at Beyonce. But what's interesting is the way they treat it. So there's 2 drugs that I've had to work with before. One's called baclofen, and what's very scary about it is that it's BACOFLEN. So this thing that's scary about baclofen is if you administer it wrong, if you put even like slightly too much, you put the person in a coma. And if you put too little of it, they go into severe withdrawal, which they'll have like their temperature will go up to like over 104. Like they'll have all these issues. But what's the very interesting one to treat spasticity is called Prialt. It's PRIALT, and it's made from snail venom. So Prialt's really interesting because it'll be used for spasticity, but if you dose it wrong, the person just trips out because it's snail venom.
So it's like a hallucinogen?
Yeah, it can be if you dose it wrong. So it's going directly into the spine, you put in the intrathecal space. But I just think, isn't that interesting? You can treat people for severe, like,
The snail?
yeah, with a snail.
For what?
Spasticity. So we were talking about how people got upset with Beyonce for using the word spaz.
Why?
Hold up. The thing
because
just,
people were like, "Oh."
thing just stopped. Hold up.
Called me at 3
There we
in the
go.
fucking morning.
You back on?
Yeah.
This is Gina's shoe, by the way.
That's my shoe, and they're really cute.
How much was this shoe?
I don't talk
Come on.
money.
No, say how much.
It was a few hundred,
How much?
closer to a G.
800. How much would you guess this was?
This is, you know what?
I don't
This
know
is tacky.
fashion. I don't know fashion, so
Yeah.
$34.
$34. I'm gonna guess $685. Gina, tell us the price.
$850.
$850.
Jesus.
$850 for these.
They're Alexander McQueen. Thank you very much.
Well, this is what's cool is they're the Alexander McQueen, and you can't see it's Alexander McQueen X Machine Gun Kelly. These are the Machine Gun Kelly edition Tevas.
no, Alexander McQueen was dope, and he's dead. But Alexander McQueen is like why Lady Gaga took off. Like why all those like Bad Romance and everything that was actually artistic and interesting about Lady Gaga coming out was Alexander McQueen. Look up Lady Gaga, Alexander McQueen. The meat dress, all those big crowns, that was all Alexander McQueen.
You know what I call the
He was tortured.
You know what I call the two gay guys from Modern Family?
Alexander McQueen?
Alexander McDouble Queen.
Ma, that's cute.
Ma.
Ma.
But yeah, that's crazy. So are you a big Machine Gun Kelly fan?
I hate you so much. No, I actually had the chance to meet Machine Gun Kelly and I blew it off.
We would have signed these.
I know. No, I'm not.
By the way, the normal ones,
Yeah,
Josh,
like all those like shoes that were crazy. Anything that looked artistic, that was Alexander McQueen.
and then the normal ones are $35.
There's
by the
Steve
way.
Madden remade those.
Yeah, and then
Usually Balenciaga, Gucci, I don't know who else. Alexander McQueen will make something, and then Steve Madden, like a month later, will make the knockoff.
And then-
or Jeffrey Campbell.
But then, so when did McQueen get with Ohio's own MGK?
I didn't know he was from Ohio. That's funny.
Ohio's own MGK. This is really cool because it's like, you know what this is? This is a good shoe for like if you're on vacation, you're hitting the beach, but
You want people to know.
you also want it to match your leather jacket with bottle caps all over the lapel.
Yeah. I also have my leather jacket that has spikes all over it
Yeah.
because I'm a punk rock.
Because I'm a wild boy. I'm a wild boy. Call me Steve-O.
Yeah.
That's fun. Do you ever put these on your hands and walk around the house and listen to MGK?
I hate you so
Do you ever
much.
put these on your hands and then
I
give me
like
the
that
other one?
You went to the bathroom, you let out, definitely not anything toxic because your kidney obviously doesn't filter anything toxic. Your body thrives on it. So you let out a bunch of vitamins or good sunshine, nice things.
Now, I'll be honest, I pissed so much that I'm positive the piss was all the way up to my eyes.
And you came back
I pissed
and
so
you
much.
got excited about a shoe.
Yeah.
Is what you did.
Well, we're all excited about
It's
the
a
shoe.
spiky slide shoe, yeah.
I like to see a white rapper
Spencer, this is
branching
my
out.
comedy seller bit. Spiky slide shoe, yeah.
That's what he does. That's for real what he does. Shout out Josh Adam Myers. That's really what he does.
It's a slide with spikes on, yeah.
Let me ask you something. Does Kanye West know that Machine Gun Kelly's coming after the Yeezy?
What are the new ones are very alien like the new Yeezys.
Oh, hold on. I'm getting that call.
No, those are dope. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'll go on tour with Fall Out Boy. Yeah, I'll get booed in Detroit.
You know what makes me sad? And I hate the fact that I guess according to TikTok we're
What makes you sad? Sandals that don't have spikes on them?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if not, those are just Birkenstocks.
Yeah. But they're not.
that?
They're Alexander McQueen X Machine Gun Kellys.
Fuck you.
Very cool.
Are you good? Are you done
Yeah, I'm done.
with your prop comedy?
Yeah.
You good
I'm
with
done.
that?
Hey, listen, people say it's low. I say it's fucking.
I'm gonna come back a year from now. You're gonna have a fucking puppet.
Dude, everybody's my puppet. Anyways, what were you saying about science and shit? You were talking about fucking germs or something.
I was talking about you're a fucking germ. You're a germ. Do you remember? You're a fucking germ. Do you remember that movie about brushing your teeth?
A movie about brushing your teeth? No, there was a commercial like by Oral-B is what you're referring to. It's not a movie about. Wait, are you just thinking of Osmosis Jones? Are you actually? You dumb bitch. Osmosis Jones is about blood.
You're the goo in Osmosis Jones.
A movie about brushing your teeth.
You got it from what I said.
You literally just you just confused Osmosis Jones with a podcast doing an ad read for Quip.
Look up Osmosis Jones and the bad guys.
There was a brushing teeth movie.
It's called Brushing Teeth
It's
in
literally
Undies.
like a porno. He's just
In undies.
And it starts with ban gay marriage, ban fat marriage. This movie looks sick.
Osmosis Jones, you're a germ. If you were in Fern Gully, you would be the big black fucking gross shit.
Oh yeah,
The smog.
Yeah.
You're
Well, let me
smog.
tell you, man, I'll hit you in the dome piece like Jerome's niece.
Were you like, is that like what being like ghetto in Seattle is like? Like, is that,
I wouldn't know.
Is that? I wouldn't know. I got a mom that tastes her own pussy. No.
I got a mom who tastes her own pussy and drives for Uber. So. I got a mom who eats her own pussy, does Uber rides, and shares QAnon conspiracy theories with
I wouldn't
unbeknownst
know.
passengers.
I wouldn't know. Let's just do a podcast about our moms. Like, I like that we both try to avoid because we both have moms that look us up on the internet.
Yeah, I love my mom and she's fucking awesome. Like, I really like my mom and we're close. It is just funny though.
Yeah.
It's always funny when you distill somebody into like
And
a
it
thing.
really is funny too that
Because she did do those things. She did lick her own pussy and drive for Uber. She ate her own lips.
Tasted.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she tasted her own
sampled.
jizz. Yes. And by the way, kids, we've all done it.
No, I like the idea of her tasting her own stuff and then like licking your forehead like a cow licks its baby and then go, see, it's the same flavor. Because that's where you came
Ew,
from.
I'd hate to, yeah, she's just like, your forehead tastes like your mama. Just like, ew.
Ew. That's why your dad always kissed you on the forehead goodbye.
Beyonce got in trouble for saying spaz.
Yeah, I got in trouble for saying spaz. We already went over this, and I was very scientific and good about it. Who's the bad guy? Look at that's you. Honestly, you're more gooey than that.
No, I like. Yeah,
No,
I'm
you're
a
not
cool guy with
cool.
dreadlocks and a saber as a finger. I got a scimitar.
Was he just
as a
making?
hand.
Was he just making things infected? Is that what it was?
Yeah, just.
Why did I think that movie was about brushing your teeth?
Dude, I don't know.
Do you know that I'm from such a poor fucking like part of Massachusetts that at one point we had an assembly and it was just this lady came in and she was talking about like teeth care. And she was like, all right, now everybody eat an Oreo. And we all ate an Oreo. And then she was like, now have a piece of cheese. And we had a piece of cheese. And she was like, see how it cleaned your teeth off? And that was like the assembly. I don't know what that was. Like we literally all had Oreos and then we had all the shit in our teeth. And they were like, now everybody have some American cheese. And they're like, see, like if you want to clean your teeth, you can just eat cheese. It was literally, I could call up my friend right now and I could be like, remember that assembly about cleaning your teeth with cheese? And she'd be like, yes. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Where were you from, Chechnya, Massachusetts?
Chicopee, close.
That's wow. Chicopee,
Yeah.
Massachusetts. And they taught you that if you chew cheese, that counts as brushing your teeth.
Yeah, it cleans your teeth.
So at what age did you start brushing your teeth? Like when did you graduate to like, all right, now if you really want them clean.
No, I was a
He was a
brusher,
brush.
but I will also say, did you have the fluoride program at your school? I don't like. I forgot about this until somebody
my
brought
school,
it.
like we didn't have teeth class. I don't recall.
So they had this program, and it was like a government program. Look up the government program for fluoride. And I completely forgot about this, but your parents would sign you up for it. And then I think it was like every month or every couple of weeks, you would go down to like just where the assembly hall was or like the cafeteria, and they'd have little shot cups of fluoride, and you would just take the fluoride, which is really fucking weird.
No, we didn't do that. I always had
Fluoride students. Yeah, it was in public schools. It was really strange.
This makes so much more sense now about like when people are like, oh, fluoride, it's like they're trying to make you gay or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. This
It's bad for your neurons.
Because like the CDC was sending people to give
just
you fluoride.
taste fluoride. Yeah.
To take it.
Isn't that weird? Yeah, it has a lot of it's a negative ion. So
Maybe my mom was confused when she's like, everybo's tried their own.
Yeah, see
jizz.
this
It's like,
fluoride
you're
rinse
thinking of
program?
fluoride.
Isn't that weird?
That is super weird. We didn't have that. I grew up differently than you, as you know. So like, we didn't do that at school. Usually, a private dentist would come by the house once every few months with a big black bag, and he would open it and administer our new teeth. He would give us our new teeth.
They were made from ivory.
Yeah, they're really like good teeth. He'd do that like, I don't know, like once, twice a semester, and we'd have our new teeth, and then.
Yeah, it's so strange, but that's fluoride. The whole thing is like you have a lot of like people get chronic pain from it. People get depression from it. It's a it's a negative ion, so it's just like interacts wrong in your neurons in your brain. It's just wrong to be there.
It calcifies your pineal gland.
I was leaving that part out.
Wow.
Because that's some Alex Jones shit, but I also do believe in
Bro, you're telling me that my pineals might be calcified?
Do you know? Okay, wait. I just want to hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about your pineal gland?
Where is it?
Yeah, just let him. Let's just go ahead.
My pineal gland is deep within me.
Where?
Oh, I mean, are you asking if it's on me now? Yeah, I keep it on me always.
Yeah, but no, like, what do you know about it? Have you done any research about your pineal gland?
I know like the pineal gland is really important for just like keeping things like what's what and like like no, hey, I'm being
keeping
serious.
It what's what?
It's like keeping it what's what. I know it's really good for just keeping you present and like and then also honestly, you don't want to go a day without it. I know that. It's one of those things where you wouldn't want to go a day without it. You don't want it to calcify. You want it to be more in like kind of a flow state. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, the best men have it and wouldn't wish.
You're a good bullshitter.
I wouldn't wish not having just a good, you know, kind of hardworking pineal gland on my worst enemy.
You can tell he's in sales.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah. You're just like, just be in around the bush. You don't know anything about the eye of Horus and the pineal gland and how they...
Oh, well, you didn't ask me about the eye of Horus. The pineal gland... Listen, okay, I would say this. If the eye of Horus is the eye, the pineal gland is... the monocle. That's how I was always taught.
Yeah, no, that's something.
Yeah. What do you tell me what you think the pineal?
Tell me what we think.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling we're on the same page here. That's like how you can like trip out and it's got you like the most connected to like your inner being.
Right.
And state, you're like, this is exactly what I said. And it's like
much.
the pure essence of like, instead of being like I meditate a lot. So a lot of what I do actually sounds schizophrenic because if I'm upset about something or if I'm really stressed out, I'll stop and I'll be like, what is, like, I'll try to look at it from an outside perspective of like, what is Gina upset about?
Your period.
Like, or like, what is going on in Gina's life that like I've gained weight, like I'm having trouble sleeping, all these things. And I'm like, okay, so what is going on? And then you look at it from outside perspective and you're like, oh, I'm just a being in a human thing walking around. Like,
and that human thing is having its uteral lining.
Yeah, and like that's all it is. Like, and it just kind of takes everything away from it. Where like your pineal gland is like, oh, if you wanted to like contact like your past lives or like what you actually are. It's
Yes.
like all
Yeah.
in there.
Yes.
Like it's in that part.
Dead
So
right.
if you
Dead
get
right.
that calcified or you're taking like cheese and fluoride programs, then you're going to lose contact with that and have like too much tie in with like your ego and be like, oh, what I'm wearing matters, or like what's on Instagram matters, or like my job is my life type of thing. And you'll let go of that.
You calcify the pineal gland, and when you're trying to send a message to your previous self, and then you're like, why is this message green? Why is it sending green? Past self is offline. It's like,
Wait,
okay.
so what are you?
I'm a pineal guy.
Big pineal guy. Like I know I'm like obviously like a guinea, and like it's I have like pictures of who came over on the boat. How long have y'all been here?
That's funny. They were asking me this. My buddies were asking me this on the last podcast. So I'm like 75% Sioux Indian.
So big Sioux guy, part pineal.
And we weren't the ones who backed down. We fought. So like I'd say we really didn't stop being Native American until
That's
like
why you have that tattoo.
1953. Yeah.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I have a tattoo of my grandfather on my here. I got a tattoo of my grandfather.
Oh, shit.
Right here. He's dead, but those are his teeth. Yeah, so I think in like 1954 we stopped being we left the tribe and
But what are you?
became Irish.
You're Irish? Oh yeah, that's why you got.
Well, I'm Irish now. Blood-wise, 75% Sioux Indian.
Irish is why you're gonna look like the guy from Romeo and Juliet, not Leonardo
Romeo?
DiCaprio. Who's the guy that gives him the priest?
Like Cubicon or what's his name? Cubulus.
Cubulus?
There's a guy named Cubulus in Romeo and Juliet, right?
You don't know Cubulus?
All right.
Okay.
This guy.
Cubulus.
See how Paul Sorvino's face? That's what's happening to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I agree.
stressed.
I agree.
Just turning into a bulldog. I just want them to do this.
You also look like Miriam Margolis.
Who's that?
She's on there.
I'm gonna show you a picture of my grandmother, and you're gonna see what I'm fighting.
No, but yeah. So
jowl-wise.
like I come from like a long line of like what's funny. nomadic equestrian experts. So we were really good at like hunting from horseback.
Oh.
And I mentioned I'm 75% Sioux Indian, so the other 25% is
So I
probably
mentioned.
a blend of Siberian wolf and like North American black bear. I would say is probably mostly my makeup.
You did a 23andMe, didn't you?
I did
Everything's
23andMe.
a
Yeah,
joke.
it came back
As my mom's
75% Sioux Indian, and then 25%. Honestly, just said out of this world. So.
It's just a sticker of an astronaut.
25%. We've never seen anything quite like it.
I hate that I'm going to show you this picture, and you're going to see it. You're going to see my grandmother in my face.
This is your grandma?
It's my great grandma.
Okay.
I thought I was starting to look more like my pop-pops because like this is what goes.
Right.
Just turn into bulldog. And I thought I was turning into my pop-pops, and then I realized that I'm actually turning into my great grandmother. And now I'm going to show you the picture. And I know you're going to see it, and I hate this so much. I feel like this is like a James Bond moment where I give you the plan.
Yeah, give me the codes.
You see it. You can see
Oh, yeah, it's James Gandolfini.
We're such little guineas. It's so
Wait,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. You can see like this whole area of my face.
You don't have okay. So here's the thing. I really try to like give myself and others like a break because when we look at our parents, it's like they didn't know anything about taking care of themselves.
No.
Anything. They were just eating processed food and.
No, I'm not like shitting on her. I'm just saying those are my genetics.
No. I'm saying I'm trying to give us a break that I don't think like that's not inevitable.
Well, yeah, because I got money and I'm gonna get my face stapled gun back.
You need to get your face stapled. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to. Josh, would you say she needs to get her face stapled?
Look how much better this is.
Never replace, always refresh.
Yeah, 100%. See, he knows.
reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Cheese is what I was.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. This lady is old and Italian, and I can see the cheeks, and I can see like you have this area is the exact same.
It's all the same. And I'll show you my grandfather. It's literally, it's all this. I'm like, oh my god.
But I bet you she can cook like crazy.
Hell yeah, she can cook like
Gina,
crazy.
I bet you could cook like crazy.
Yeah, she had a great personality.
I bet she was funny.
Very funny.
Yeah.
No, and it's just, yeah. Like when you look
skips a
at,
generation.
let's just hope for that. Yeah, look at, like, there's all the brothers. Look how Italian those motherfuckers look. It's so crazy. But all of this.
Those were the good times. Money was coming in, and we couldn't be happy.
But what I realized, because I went to my family reunion, every single person has blue eyes, which is wild. Like, you show up, it looks like some Game of Thrones shit. Like, you're like, oh, you showed up to the reunion. And, like, every single person, all of them, blue eyes. And then it's just, like, linguine in a park for some reason. Like, it's like everybody has, like, parks with hamburgers and hot dogs. We're like, have some linguine when it's 90 degrees out. But also, not a single person is over 5'5". So it's just like, it looks like a bunch of little trolls with like baked ziti coming at you in blue eyes.
I would feel very comfortable around that group.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, really
because you're a giant?
Yeah, I would really like that.
No,
my pineal gland is just fucking erect.
Ew.
Around all these people. I'm beaming. I'm fucking levitating over the clams.
But I didn't realize this, that my great-grandfather, when he came over Ellis Island, 5'2". 5'2".
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
So you're big to your family standards.
Yeah.
Because what are you?
I'm 5'4.5".
5'4.5". You guys are getting larger.
Yeah.
North Koreans are getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Well, my dad is short, and my mom's taller than my dad, which I did not notice until like I was in college. I just never registered with me.
Right.
Like how tall guys are just attractive.
How tall is your dad?
He's like 5'7", 5'6". No, he's not 5'7". He's like 5'6". Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so he a little fella.
Yeah, he's
Little
short.
Mario fella.
Yeah, and I never noticed it until recently. And I was even with my mom, and I was like, Dad, how tall are you? Because I just want to. And he's like 5'7". My mom was like, where? And I was like, oh my god.
That's funny.
Yeah, because my mom's like 5'8" or 5'9". So that's where I got. I mean, that's where I got this height from.
Yeah, that's why you're that's why you're so leggy.
I'm just so svelte. You know, I go to Pilates on the Upper East Side, and do you know how like atrocious it looks? Because it's literally a place called SLT. That's like strength and lengthen and tone. It's just Pilates on the Reformer, and it's me and models, and that's like it. And I feel like I'm like 5'4".
Yeah,
I'm just lower to the ground, and like I'm like I could take any of them. I'm like it's never gonna get to that situation.
So you must feel taller in Texas.
Where?
Like here in Austin. Like aren't people over there in New York taller?
Girls are taller in New York for sure.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of models walking around, and a lot of girls that want to be actresses.
Bro,
what?
They make them all his type. They're all like very like.
She says this. They're everyone's type. They're supermodels.
It's
not my dude. We're walking by a group. I see two fucking like Zoe Kravitz looking bitches, just like so
I'm
hot,
like,
thin, just beautiful.
Type?
Yeah, and then Gina's just like, oh yeah, you would. That is so your type, and I'm like. What, beautiful and thin?
You know what? Maybe
she meant 16.
Josh Cabasa. I didn't say that I was going to act on any of this. All I said was when they all go and line up on the treadmill, I get the one right behind them. That's all I said.
So funny. You did come visit New York, like when girls were scouting colleges. I feel like that was.
No, you know what it was? It was the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Is that
by NYU.
All those girls were insane, and nobody wears bras, and it's honestly, it was like Sodom down there.
Yeah.
I mean, turn them all to salt or whatever you did.
You make weird biblical references.
Yeah.
Because I remember at one point, it'd be cool sketches. Let's just like remake biblical scripture. Like
that could be
as
fun.
sketches. Yeah.
That could be.
Because I could be Mary Magdalene or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you do that. You're like, have you ever read? Which one?
You be Mary Jesus's mom,
Oh, okay.
And then I'll be Joseph that cuck.
That good.
Oh, you pregnant? Oh, but you never let me go all the way. I guess it's true what they say about toilet seats. Oh God.
And it's just
Now
Bobby.
we gotta find a haystack to have this fucking kid. I can't believe it.
It's just Bobby.
Just
I just fucked Bobby.
Yeah, just he's God. No, he's God to me.
Yeah. I like that in your story, Joseph is Jewish.
And then he switched to Italian at the end.
They were all Jews then.
I thought they were all like, isn't Islam?
No, Judaism predates Jesus. So that's what they all were. And then the idea.
But doesn't Islam predate that?
No, I think Islam is more recent than Judaism.
14th century, I think.
Yeah, I think it's around the same time as, no, but earlier than that. But I think it's around the same time as, like, relatively close to Jesus.
7th
But
century.
Moses was pre
What would you say your religion is?
money.
I'd
Money's
say
my religion.
I'd say mine is pizza.
Oh, well, I didn't know we could pick foods. In that case, my religion is margaritas.
My religion is breakfast tacos.
Dude, I'm outdoorsy
And
and
Plan
that I
B.
like to get drunk on patios and blow dudes. I'm gonna make that Tuesday. I'm outdoorsy in that I like to get wine drunk on patios and creep out my nieces and nephews.
It's wine o'clock somewhere. I love all of those shirts.
They're so funny.
They're so silly. My
Oh wait, I gotta read that. This meme made me laugh so much.
was it a wine one?
No, but it fucking is so goddamn funny to me. It's just
We are all over the place, huh?
it's fun though. This is
It is fun. Islam started in Mecca, and then you're looking up like a wino mom meme.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. This is just ADD.
That's what my mom is very much decorates in the way that is like live, laugh, love, all of that. She has a sign for everything. And she'll send me stuff. And I literally have told her, I'm like, please do not send me anything, because I literally throw it in the garbage as soon as she sends it. And one said yoga class. I thought it said wine glass or something that didn't even make sense. And it was like an oven mitt that said it. And I was like,
so stupid. It's only for your mom that's made. I was just looking at, Lindsay sent me a picture of this guy in a shirt. It's all dark because he's at a bar. And it just says, if the boner police show up, I'm going to need a lawyer.
God, all of those are so
this makes me laugh
good.
so much.
Texting my dentist, teeth are so important, man, they rock. Texting my doctor, teeth are so gay. It is funny
That's so
that
funny.
like medical schools are like, no. That's a whole separate thing. We stop at teeth.
Yeah.
Like there's a hard stop there. Also, dentists are weird.
Well, but yeah, because you don't need to really be, all you got to do is eat cheese. So like doctors are better.
Come to Chicopee, Massachusetts, where we clean our teeth with cheese.
Wow, dude, dentists have the most suicides?
Yeah. So does
Wait, okay,
didn't
that
know
can't be
that?
right. Male dentists hold a suicide rate of 8%. That's almost 1 in 10.
That's a crazy.
Wait. So when they say 9 in 10 dentists recommend Oral B,
The other one's
the other
hanging
10% are
themselves.
fucking hanging themselves in a closet.
The other one just he said, I don't have the bandwidth for this
So
question.
you can never get 100% because they're not all going to show up.
Check.
That's
I know
crazy. Why are dentists
veterinarians
doing
too.
that?
Because they get into so much debt and they can't make the money back.
Oh, I thought it's because they got to look at
Inside people's mouths.
Gross.
all
yeah
day.
nasty
Yeah.
teeth all the time.
No, a lot of it's a lot of stress.
Imagine being
And
a
then-
dentist looking in someone's mouth and being like, I should have been a
Dentists and
proctologist."
veterinarians, like the only way to really make money is to start your own practice, which is taking on more debt. And then like
Yeah.
you're not taught business in dental
Right.
school. So it's like a whole thing. You go into like hundreds of thousands of dollars in
Right.
debt.
And your clients show up every 15 years or however much we're supposed to be, or
Just
however
make up
much
shit.
I'm meant to be going. 15 years or however often I'm supposed to go.
They show up every harvest moon.
That's just a gun commercial start doing. It's just like the new Sig Sauer 9mm, soft, sleek, accurate, effective. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend the 6-hour 9mm.
God, yeah. Veterinarians I know too, because I remember veterinary school, like you'll go into so much debt, and then ones that work on like for large animals, or if you work more in the suburbs, you'll make like 60 grand a year, unless you have your own, which is insane.
That's
insane.
Crazy. 8%.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check in on my
Check
dentist.
2022's numbers.
I need to call my dentist.
Did we put a dent in that at all? Just make sure he's okay.
Well, he's gonna be like, "Are you finally ready to go? Like fill those 4 cavities you've had for 11 years?" And I'm gonna be like, "No, this isn't about me.
Imagine,
how are you?"
Yeah, imagine how put down dentists and pharmacists feel, because like they tell you something, they're like, "Wow, we should really fill that," and you're like, "Ugh." Yeah. And like they're like, "I went to school for so many years to tell you this one thing.
They're the only
I'm an expert on."
They have to have like party drugs to get you to come there. Just like, come on, we got gas.
Yeah, we got ketamine.
Don't you want to get high at 9 in the morning?
And then the pharmacist will like, you'll get a medication. They print out like that whole big thing for you, and they're like, "Do you need a consult?" And you're like, "No,
no,
I'm just have a glass of wine in this Klonopin."
You're like, "Nah, I know Oxy's in and out. I'm good, lady."
What's that site? Was it Blue Light? Did you ever go on like
yeah, the forum.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, you do swim.
That was from
someone
who isn't me. Someone who isn't me. Yeah.
I remember when I first saw that, because I was in pharma and I had an oxycodone product, and it was just like all the different ways people would get around it, because we sold one that was suspended in a fatty acid.
I hated that shit when you did that. That was so fucked.
That's what I represented. Yeah. And it was like you couldn't pass it through a needle. If you snorted
couldn't smoke it. It would just sit there and gel up. That was fucked up that you did that.
Sorry about that, man.
You really mucked up some nights.
And I remember looking, because all the researchers were like, "Yeah, look up how creative people get," which I already knew, because I have 2 cousins that are addicted to this shit. And they're like, "Look on this website of how addicted people get to like oxycodone." I was like, I could just like,
you know what you guys did? Here's how we got creative. You burned us once, and then we just said, "Okay, who sells heroin?"
Yeah.
That's what we all did.
Yeah, that's what literally everybody did, and none of you learned any chords.
You know, I've always wanted to meet one of you.
Yeah, I know. Past you
did that.
Look at that. You're having a moment.
Yeah.
You 5 years ago.
Did you say nobody learned chords? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Totally.
I know. Like, if literally, I know so many people that died from Western Mass from heroin overdoses that like I do that, because like the first one got me good. That was one of my best friends growing
up. First OD I'll get, next to that.
After that, I'm just like, all right.
Was it fentanyl in it? Or?
She had, no. So fentanyl, if you look up Hollywood heroin, Chicopee, Mass. Hollywood heroin was like the first time fentanyl got laced in something in Western Mass. And I remember like something like over 20 people within like 2 weeks put Chicopee, Mass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, asshole. I wasn't trying to look up a novel right now. So
the Hollywood heroin.
Chickadee what?
Oh my God.
Chickadee Sarah Coon, Hollywood heroin, Chickadee Sarah Coon.
Okay. That's fair. That's on me. Chicopee is
Chicopee.
Chicopee. CHOP.
CHICOP.
EE. Get rid of Sarah Coon.
Igoriega.
Get rid of that E in heroin.
I don't know how to spell.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh is like, I only know it by Chava.
Yeah, so this is what, now 6 years ago? Yeah. A bunch of people died within 2 weeks. So that must have been like within one day, because it was over 20 people. And it was like the first time fentanyl was found in the heroin and all that shit, that they were like, there's this wild new heroin.
Also from China.
And
China, stop sending us your tech.
And your lantern bugs.
Lantern bugs, COVID, fentanyl.
Yeah, so
send us iPhones and Halloween decorations. That's what we like.
And I mean, shoes. Those kids are good at it. Hey, yeah, these? Can't beat that. Good job.
How much are those shoes?
These?
Yeah. Those? Yeah.
Oh, these old things. I don't know. I think like $12,000. Is that a lot?
So I know so many people from Western Mass and in my life that like got addicted to heroin. And I literally, first one got me good because it was my best friend, knew her since I was 5. She just died like 4 years ago. And then after that, it was like I knew so many people that got addicted that I was just like, I don't want to hear your fucking sob story. I don't want to hear how you're like stealing your grandma's stuff and then you feel guilty about it the next day. Like, I don't care. Learn some fucking chords. Write a fucking song about it. Because how do I know like some over 20 people that have been addicted to heroin and not one of them wrote a song?
Yeah.
Not one?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes. Oh, 100% I did.
What was your song called?
Sing it.
I got a few. All right. Hold on. Let me think of how it starts. If you want it, come get it. If you don't, back the fuck up with him. Wait, how did it go?
Oh, no, you wrote raps?
I wrote raps. Hold on.
Alice in Chains.
I remember one. I remember one. This is me on heroin. I knew some kids.
What was your rap name?
It changed a couple times.
Okay, well, give us a few of them.
At this point of the song I'm about to sing was, I think I was going because I was getting really into conscious rap.
Sick.
Like Aesop Rock and stuff. So my name was Spin Aliquous.
Cool.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Nemo was Latin for nobody and Aliquous was Latin for somebody.
Ooh.
And then spin because
you should do drugs again.
Yeah. So all right. So I had to write a rap for accidental presidents. And I was helping somebody else. I wasn't in school. I'd already dropped out. But these kids had a thing and I was gonna go rap for their school.
And you wanted, oh my God, they probably just felt bad for you.
No. They really like thought I was the best.
No, they really thought that the guy with the Latin name for somebody nobody was really somebody.
What grade was this?
I was out of high. It would have been my senior year, but I'd gone to a boarding school and like it was a whole complicated thing. So it would have been senior
Spencer,
year.
your friends were like, this should be Spencer's senior year, but he's running around. Don't interrupt me.
They wanted an A. Why are you trying to cheapen it?
They were like, fuck, this should be his senior year. This should have been something. But he's just wandering around the streets, calling himself somebody, nobody.
Okay.
And spitting raps. They're like, we should really just let him feel
Well, wait till you hear it.
part of something.
Wait till you hear it.
Okay. Tell us how you helped
By the way,
the students.
they got an A. I went and rapped it for their class at 8 a.m. I didn't even have school. I woke up out of Marbread and I walked over there in my big LRG sweatshirt.
B-Rabbit over here.
And I went in and the song was about accidental president. So it's when one president dies and another president. That was what they were doing a report on. Everybody else did slideshows, not them. They say, we have a kid from another school. You guys haven't met him. And he's about to come in here and fucking tear it up. He's cool because he's 18 and lives in an apartment with friends.
Yeah.
All right. So I went in, beat dropped by my friend Kevin. And then I went, 9 presidents on the timeline. William Harrison, 9th president. His vice president, Democrat, gone wig. Tyler, dude. Cats used to call him Tippecanoe when Tyler too. Now, 32 days later, it was April 4th, 1841, when the common goal was to have a son. The common cold got it done. A Euchariza led to the cellular demise of number 9. Tyler was coming in at number 10 to be the very first accidental president. But see, it wasn't all that simple. There was no 25th Amendment that said that there was procedure to follow to find tomorrow's president. So Tyler stepped in, assumed the position while the other side want to be elected in the new edition.
You're just doing
Opinion collision finalized and finished by a vote from the Senate. Tyler's not the last. No, there's still more. So now I spit a rap about Millard Fillmore, vice president under Zachary Taylor. This time it wasn't a cold, but heat stroke was the slayer. Now with Taylor dead and Fillmore left, he had to reappoint members to his presidential cabinet. And to nobody's surprise, he picked a handful of guys that favored the compromise of 1850. Not simply a solution to societal pollution, but rather a tool used to pave way. Half of us are accidents anyway, so make way. Half of us are accidents anyway, so make way. And then there was 3 more verses after that.
Wow.
That was just Hamilton.
Bro, I did it before Hamilton did it. I'm Lin-Manuel. I'm Spin-Manuel. Spin-Manuel Aliquous.
If you weren't addicted to drugs, you could have wrote Hamilton.
I tried.
You should just do, you know what, Spencer? I think you should just stop doing comedy and do more raps.
How did you remember that?
I remember that.
It was the only thing keeping him going.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
I like how he can talk about crab pussy.
every time. I forget some of my other raps.
Would you do that too? Would you move your head like that?
I don't remember.
And you had a big LRG sweatshirt.
I had all just massive double XL LRG hoodies and Vans.
Did you ever have not Bape?
And by the way, I had sex with somebody from that performance I did at 8 a.m.
Yeah, because she was
Rachel
16.
Black. She was like 17, and so was I. Her name was Rachel Black, and she found me on Facebook and said, "That was hot."
She said, "You spit hot fire."
She literally, I think she said something. No. I specifically remember. She goes, "You're so cute, and you rap like a mother." I had a dope line that is still tight when I got to Lyndon B. Johnson. I said, Lyndon B. Johnson and Lyndon B. stomping in Vietnam and Lyndon B. dropping hella bombs. Lyndon B. expanding, troops to be landing in foreign land and dodge booby traps and obstacles to kill as many Viet Cong and civilians as possible. June 23, 73, LBJ died at 4:23 from a heart disease. Whew, that's kind of fire.
What?
That's kind of fucking good.
What a queer. You?
Lyndon B. Johnson? No, he was a complicated man.
He was an awful person.
No,
He's a complicated
the fact
man. I don't know
that
enough about him.
you were addicted to drugs and you had all these, you were just Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Why don't you just do your raps on stage? I'm sorry, are you selling insurance right now?
I actually am, yeah. I mean,
You should just spit some rhymes at them. Dude, we should have a rap battle.
Do you have any albums?
no. I did record some stuff.
Is it on SoundCloud?
No.
Oh.
Are you happy that this is all about you now?
Were you saying something?
What were your other
You were talking
rap
about how
names?
you don't know how nobody made a song when they were on heroin. And
Yeah,
I'm here to
I
tell
meant
you,
like Lane Staley, like good, here's emotions. I like that you're such a I like that you were
What?
addicted to heroin and you still didn't have this like inner turmoil. You just wanted to talk about presidents.
How long did it take
I
you
was
to write
asked.
that?
I was commissioned to do this work. I was commissioned.
Yeah.
How long
What,
did
they
it
get
take you to
free
write
lunch?
it?
Like an afternoon. Yeah. I really, so like that, obviously that's a funny like homework assignment. I was always very good at writing raps and freestyling when I was younger, but like past that, I never pursued it. But like I was good. I could always rhyme well. Yeah.
Who
Good
told
at
you that?
rhyming.
Lyndon B. expanding, troops to be landing and forward landing,
My rhymes
booby
told
traps and
me.
obstacles.
That one girl who told you you were a mother.
Yo, that's wild, Spencer.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, huh? I'm sorry. It's a
okay.
time sensitive. We're here longer than I thought I would be, so now I appear free to everybody.
Oh, so you're calendly. Is that how you say it? You're
Calendly.
calendly. Be lighting up. I don't like that. Where's my message from Red Band? Isn't this cool, Josh? Both of us. Is this a cool podcast? This is a cool podcast. You know what? I did that thing that I do the other day where I took a job interview where I don't want to change jobs at all. And I just
Yeah.
did another phone interview.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why, stop doing this.
Every like 3 weeks, I don't want a new job at all. It would throw me off so much. I'm just like sunken in.
What was the
this
job
No,
interview
it's-
for?
It starts to get nice. Huh?
shit. Yeah. Selling an HIV medication.
They make essential oils for that?
Yeah. Olive oil.
Gina's just selling pure
Olive oil?
premium grade olive oil.
Oh, that'd actually be pretty nice.
Yeah, but like for HIV.
For HIV though. You know what must be a nice job? Being like a sommelier.
Sommelier?
Yeah.
What'd you just call it?
I don't know.
A Somali?
You know, it'd be nice
To be a Somalian?
to be a
Oh,
sommelier.
it would be awesome to be a Somali. Just you and the open ocean. Up in the crow's nest.
Wouldn't it be nice just to be pirating movies from the open seas?
Yeah, do you know how nice it would be to just be selling subtitled DVDs on the open seas from your crow's nest?
Just to see every Marvel movie before everybody else on the open seas.
Also, like they think it's like we get to see it before everybody else, and it's just like Except for all of the people who saw it in theaters
Yeah.
and recorded the thing with the camera that you're now selling. But
Oh
yeah.
my God. We used to have a lady in New York that would come in with a little push cart selling dollar DVDs of everything, every weird porn and every movie that came out that day. And you would get like a really bad one sometimes,
Yeah.
like somebody standing up in the middle of the movie and shit. I do miss that like old school grittiness of seeing it in person. Like now it's just like, what is it? Just torrents you get if you want to steal a movie?
An old movie?
Oh no, now. Like now if you pirate something, you're just like at home.
Yeah, I'm like, I really try, like new stuff that comes out, I try to go to a movie theater because it's so fun. I love a movie theater. And now they're good because they sell food. So you can like get a milkshake.
I'm just gonna let you hang on that.
Well, you're talking about like, yeah, I miss the old days of the grittiness of going to a movie theater.
No, not going to the movie theater. I miss seeing the lady in person walk into the bar and sell you the bootleg
Oh,
DVDs
you're talking
for
about the
$1.
purchase of the thing. Yeah.
You thought I meant I miss the old gritty movie
Yeah,
theaters.
the AMCs. Now every
Miss the
place is-
Rivoli. Yeah, like what are we
Yeah.
talking
Now they're all making craft cocktails.
like, just like everywhere else.
I miss when they just gave me an IV of popcorn butter and wheeled me in to watch Jurassic Park.
I gotta tell you about this date before we
Okay,
finish
yeah.
up
Don't you have
here.
a podcast starting in 10 minutes?
Yeah, I got another one. 6:30.
Yeah. All right.
Here's a bad date I went on.
All right. We're closing on this. Bad date story. Go.
Oh, God. And I feel bad because this guy seemed nice. And lately I've been trying to do this thing where I'm trying to date outside of my type, which we know my type is very bad, typically violent piece of shit. So I matched with this guy. He's like a data scientist. And he's like tall and I'm like good looking enough. And I start doing my thing where I realize that like, yeah, the old school Italian thing might be kind of toxic where like, I don't want to hear you have feelings or like,
Yeah.
don't try to split a check with me because I'm not like your buddy from high school. It's literally a thing I've said before on a date. So this guy meets up with me and at first he's like, do you want to go to a dive bar? Like whatever. And I'm like, no, like, I'm like, that's so disrespectful to invite me to a dive bar. Is that crazy? I think it's disrespectful as fuck.
I think you. So I've done it, but you judge based on the girl. I think probably if you went and looked, did you meet him on a dating app?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that based on what you put out there, he probably saw you in some metal shirts, saw that you have the Machine Gun Kelly Alexander McQueen's, and he's probably like, oh, she probably appreciates just going and having a cocktail, just like a real bar.
Yeah.
You know? But in actuality, what you wanted to do was go to the M&M store.
I literally put out the vibe of like, I'm down for like the gritty jukebox.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, why didn't you bring flowers? Like it's
He gave you what you
it's-
wanted.
So
You need to
I'm
take
literally
more pictures of
dressed-
you at a mosque.
I'm dressed like a child going on like a Myrtle Beach trip right now. And I'm like, why don't you want to bring me to a steak dinner?
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, honestly, like I'd rather go somewhere like with like a wine list, whatever. And he's like, oh, I figured dinner would be a nice second date, but like, let's go to a bar first. Cause like, and my guy friends are like, he doesn't know you.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to have a meal with you.
I'm on this guy's side so far.
So we get to this bar and it's like a nicer bar. And then I immediately realized, one, he recognized me from Kill Tony, which sucks. So he was like, oh yeah, like I think I saw your Instagram, which I do not have my Instagram on my dating profile on purpose, nor do I have any pictures of me doing stand-up because I like nice dinners and
Yeah.
being treated like a woman, even though I hang out with stand-up comics and do stand-up comedy. So he's like, oh yeah, like I'm a really big fan of Kill Tony and like I think I saw you on Kill Tony before, and I was like, cool. And then he's just immediately awkward from there, like the whole entire time. And awkward in like a 90s movie awkward type of way that like he's trying to order cocktails and like pronouncing them wrong. Like he doesn't know what a Sazerac is. Like he doesn't know how to say like anything like that. So then I was like, oh, what kind of like science are you a data scientist for? And he goes, I work for Port Authority. I count the cars that come into the city. And I was like, what? And he was like, well, I used to work on a fishing boat, but I hit my head too hard. They had to airlift me out. So now
But by the thing that goes like, and like the crab pot thing. Bashed him. So now, by the way,
said,
it's not a job. It's not. What does he have, like the ticker like at a club? He's like, there's a card. And now he can't say Sazerac. He thinks it's the Tesseract from Marvel. Yeah, we'll have a couple Tesseracts. And throw in the Infinity Stones.
I hit my head so hard, my brain was bleeding for a long time. So now I have a plate in my head. And then immediately after he says this, I realize that the side of his head is like just flattened off the side.
You didn't notice?
I didn't notice before. So then I'm like just trying. I'm like, okay, don't judge too hard on the.
He's
head
built
plate.
like a bookend.
So I'm like, don't judge hard on that. Like, whatever. Guy got hit in the head on a boat. I don't know. Like, also, I'm like, how did you hit your head that hard on the boat?
Yeah. Cannonball.
So then he's like, yeah, I work from home. I'm like, you work from home counting the cars in Port Authority? Which I just picture someone sitting in front of a screen and seeing like dots. Like, I picture a very autistic job that you're just like looking at numbers.
And that's probably more accurate. What I'm imagining is him walking by the roads being like,
very Rain Man.
Start up.
There's like 1,000 cars.
I'm like, oh, you work from home. Do you have a home office? And he goes, like, at least sell it a little bit, dude. And he goes, no, I have like a studio on the Lower East Side. I have bars on my window. I sleep in a Murphy bed.
He's throwing it all out.
Straight up was like, how do you not go crazy?
Did you ask him, because bars on the window, Murphy bed, this is all really important. Did you say, okay, to come to this date, did you have to check in with somebody and sign out?
Like, is someone looking for you?
Yeah. Were you dropped off in a 14-person passenger van?
Is there a curfew? Yeah, so he's telling me all this, and I'm just like, he starts talking. Spencer, I have never seen this happen, and this has never happened to me. I've been wearing contacts since I was 11 years old. This man is just talking. He goes, oh.
No, it fell out.
And it fell onto his cheek. This man did not move fast or do anything. He was just like, I think my contact's out of my eye now. It's like, yeah, but it's on your cheek. And he goes, oh, I brought extras just in case.
Nothing sexier than this on a date.
So I'm like, all right, I'm just calling it. And I go home. So I'm like, am I being too harsh on this guy? Am I like, whatever? So I go on a second date with him. And at first he goes, oh, we should just go to Biddy's, which is like this really divey Irish pub. I'm like, listen, I'm biting my tongue all day. I'm like, listen, I was just raised like, where you bring me on a date is like the amount of respect you have for me or like how interested you are, whatever. So I buried myself with that one because this man tried to book a reservation at a steakhouse, but instead of one that's like there's so many nice ones in New York. There's like Lincoln Steakhouse, Club A. There's like all these really nice ones. He picks this one called Empire Steakhouse, which is like the cruise ship of going to a steakhouse. Like you walk in and it's got like the pig, like padded, like seats. All the booths are around it and they're all like facing each other. It literally feels like you're on a cruise ship. They're playing Kenny G at like a very loud audible. And everyone that works there is like from like you get a different server for some reason coming over. And they all seem like they had that creepy vibe from like an Adam Sandler movie. Like they'd be like, do you want wine? And then they would just stare too long. And you're like,
seem just a little off.
So weird. And then as soon as he sits down, he goes, I saw that this place has a prefix menu. So what do you want from the prefix menu? And I'm like, oh, buddy, like you didn't have to do this. Like you could have picked like any restaurant in New York. There's so many cute places. But instead, you pick like a white linen table place that you can't afford.
Yeah.
So he's like, do you want...
Also, that you can't afford and that I'm already judging you on.
Yeah.
I'm not even impressed by this thing that you're about to spend all of your allowance
It was
on.
Literally like a place that you marked off all your chores on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
And... and you're not even... I'm not even impressed because this is a place where literally like my ex's clients would bring hookers. Like it's in Midtown. It's in a certain part where like people show up in like that, like when you had a prom dress in like the early 2000s, like that tacky material. And then it's just like tourists, like one guy's wearing like cargo shorts and they're like, look at this place. And they think they're in like a big fancy steakhouse. This man sits down again. He goes, oh, yeah, they have a prefix menu. So like, what do you want from like the prefix menu? And I'm like, I got it. I got that we're ordering from the prefix menu. Like I got it, which like, I'm like, my vagina is so dry right now. Like there's no, it was just not cute. So then I'm like looking at the wines and he's like, oh, there's a manager special that the manager picks out a bottle of wine for you. And then you just get that. And I was like, sounds like we're doing that. And as he's ordering again, he's like, oh, I was like, there's no way.
The same eye?
I was like, there's no way. And he goes, oh, this only happens around you. I'm like, that's not like a cute.
What if it's a weird thing where it's kind of like a whack-a-mole situation where it's like when he gets a boner, his contact pops out.
It's like one of those 90s cartoons where it's like.
His pineal gland is weak.
Yeah. And then this motherfucker.
Can't even keep a contact on his eye of Horus.
Goes to order, because dessert comes with a prefix menu. And he goes, I'll just have the tiramisu. And I'm like,
oh, the Tierra Whack Masu.
And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to get anything. And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to do keto again. So I'm just going to get the Tierra. And I'm like,
that's not keto.
That's not a thing. That
also, it's
like,
not called Tierra. Also, it's dessert. Also, it's.
Just stop.
So
like,
was the sex all right?
So I immediately am like, I just like now feel bad for this guy. Then he tells me, I'm like, what are you doing on the weekends? Like, what do you like to do like in your free time when you're not sitting and counting cars? He goes, I have a canoe up by the Bronx. And I was like, you just like to sit in a canoe? And he was like, yeah. Like, so like, because, and I'm like, that's so poetic. But also when I picture this, I just picture like a Forrest Gump situation. Like, I don't.
It's not on the water. He just has a canoe.
Next to his Murphy bed.
His group home leader would never let him take it out on the river.
Just in a yard. It's just in a yard of a nice old couple's backyard.
They're like, oh, he's got a plate in his head. Just let him do it.
He slaps his face. They knock on it. Ding, ding.
You know what they say.
You guys go canoeing and he goes, okay, this is a lovely spot. All right, we're going to anchor down here. He just is the anchor.
Yo, this shit was so
I got to wrap
insane. So I eventually am like, all right, I'm not being too hard. This just isn't the guy.
Yeah.
So I tell him, I'm like, listen, like, I don't see this going anywhere. I don't think we're looking for the same things. And he goes, well, what are you looking for, Gina? I didn't want to be like, not you. Like, there's no way, there's no nice way to say, like,
no, there's not.
You and your Murphy bed are not enough. Like, there's no nice way to say that. So I was like, yeah, we're just looking for different things. He said, what are you looking for, Gina? And I just didn't answer. And he goes, what are you looking for, Gina? And I didn't answer. And 5 minutes later, he goes, because I'm looking for a wife.
Like, okay, because I thought you were looking for your contact, which was stuck on your cheek.
And then he said, well, if not, this isn't good for you. Have a good one, sweet cheeks.
Is this in person?
No.
Oh, no. This is
on text. And I'm like,
okay.
Oh, so now you're just doing that guy thing where you're offended. So you're like, and have fun, sweet cheeks.
Also trying to pull like 1940s masculine things to say to you. Just like, all right, see you on the flip side, toots. It's just like, you seem like such a fag now.
And then he said, if not, let me know.
The follow-up. Always leave it open. Unless you want to see me again, in which case.
Hey, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on Sauce Lords?
That's a wrap on Sauce Lords.
That's fucking awesome. Let's go. Boom.
Yeah.
All right. You have to Uber from here.
Okay.
I have to be at Barrels in